Listening practice through dictation. 1. Copyright 2007, Compass Publishing. All rights reserved. Nature and the environment. Unit 1. A picnic by the river.
This is a good spot. Let's stop and have our picnic next to the river.
Good idea. Walking always makes me hungry. I'm ready for lunch.
We can sit here on the grass. Oh no! Someone forgot to throw these empty paper bags away. There is litter everywhere.
Why do people always leave litter around? It's not a nice thing to do. It spoils other people's picnics.
I think they are lazy, or maybe they just don't care. Look, there are some empty cans and glass bottles under that tree, too.
People should clean up before they leave and not leave litter lying around.
That's right. Well, after our picnic, let's pick up all the litter we can and take it out of here.
Okay, and next week, let's come back with friends and pick up some more.
Good idea.
Unit 2. Let's recycle. Hi, Jane. Have you heard about the new laws to help people recycle?
I heard about them on the news last night. I don't think I like them.
The government wants to keep the environment clean by recycling paper, metal, and glass instead of throwing these things away.
But who wants to pay an extra 50 cents each time you buy a cup of coffee? That's a lot of money.
50 cents? It's only 5 cents extra for a paper cup.
I thought it was 50 cents.
No, it's only 5 cents. Don't worry, and you can get your money back when you return the cup.
That's fair. Well, maybe the government is right after all. I'll return all the paper coffee cups I use from now on.
Good. We all need to recycle. It helps to keep the environment clean. Unit 3. Growing roses. Excuse me, ma'am. I have a problem with my rose bush. It used to produce a lot of pink roses, but now it doesn't produce any flowers at all.
I see. That does seem like a problem. Do the leaves on the plant look healthy?
Not really. The leaves used to be very green. Now most of them have turned brown.
Well, I think your rose bush needs some fertilizer.
Okay. What sort of fertilizer do you think I should use?
This liquid fertilizer is very good. It will help make your rose leaves green again. Then the plant should produce roses quite soon. The fertilizer costs about $10.
How long will it take for my rose bush to recover?
About 2 weeks, I think.
Great! I'll take it. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome.
Unit 4. Birdwatching.
I want to go birdwatching tomorrow. Do you know a good area for birds?
There is a quiet park near here. There are always many beautiful birds there.
Will I be able to see different types of birds in this area?
Yes, I think so. If you use binoculars, you can see the birds even if they are far away.
Great! I have a book about all the different types of birds.
It seems as if you really like birdwatching.
Yes, I do. Would you like to come with me tomorrow?
No, thank you. I think birdwatching is boring.
That's not true. Birds are very interesting. Some birds have colorful feathers. Some birds sing beautiful songs. Some birds make special nests to lay eggs in.
Really? Maybe I will go birdwatching one day after all.
Unit 5. Trees in the forest.
There are many forests in North America. There are many trees in these forests. Some of these trees are more than 200 feet tall. Some are over 500 years old. Several kinds of trees grow in these forests. Fir, cedar, and pine are 3. These trees grow in different areas. Some grow in forests. Some grow on the mountains. People who lived in this place long ago used these trees to make things out of wood. Many of these trees are now in special areas. These areas are called forest reserves or national parks. Some parks charge a small entrance fee. Visitors must pay the fee to enter the parks. Then they can walk among the beautiful old trees. They must take care not to damage the trees. We should all take care of forests.
Science and Technology. Unit 6. An easy way to shop.
Hey, Steve, look at my new MP3 player.
Wow, it looks cool. Where did you buy it?
I bought it online at an electronics website.
I'm not very good at using a computer. Is it hard to buy things online?
It's really easy. All you do is go to the website and choose the item you want to look at. There are so many items to choose from on the website. After you choose what you want to buy, you click on the checkout button.
That does seem easy.
Yes, it is. It only takes about a week for your item to come. Of course, if you are in a hurry, you can pay more to get it sent faster.
Do you pay for the item when it comes?
No, you have to pay for it online with a credit card.
Unit 7. Cell phone messages.
I need to check my messages.
How are you going to do that? We are in the middle of the freeway.
I'm going to use my cell phone. Haven't you ever done that?
No, I just use my cell phone to talk to other people.
Now you can also use a cell phone to send and receive short text messages. It's very useful.
How do you send a message that way?
I just use the keys on the phone to type a short message. Then I press the send button. It's cheaper than making a phone call.
That's a great idea. You can save both time and money that way.
Right. All my friends usually send me text messages now.
Thanks for telling me about this. I'll have to try it.
You're welcome. I think you'll find it useful.
Unit 8. Bubbles in boiling water.
Where do the bubbles come from when you boil water? Water is a liquid. When it is heated, it moves around faster and faster. When it starts to boil, the liquid turns into a gas. This gas is called water vapor. This gas is lighter than the water around it. It rises to the top. Then it disappears into the air. As the water gets hotter and hotter, it starts turning into gas very quickly. A lot of bubbles form at the same time. All these bubbles try to escape at once. The bubbles push the water out of the way and jump out. This is what we call boiling water. More and more water turns into gas. More of it disappears into the air. After a while, every drop of the water will be gone. Try it and see.
Unit 9. The blue sky.
Joe asked me something about science just now, but I didn't know the answer.
I'm good at science. Ask me.
Okay, why is the sky blue?
I'll explain it in a simple way. Light comes through the air from the sun in waves.
The light is in many colors, right?
Right. Blue light waves are smaller than air molecules. They sometimes get absorbed by these molecules.
Okay, what happens then?
Then the blue light waves scatter in many directions. Your eyes see this blue light from above you after it leaves the air molecules.
So that is what makes the sky blue. What happens to the other colors?
They reflect off the things that they hit. Your shirt is red because our eyes see the red light reflected from it.
Now I understand why the sky is blue.
Unit 10. A new camera. I just bought a digital camera.
What is wrong with your old camera?
Nothing. I bought this one because I want to store my pictures on my computer.
I see.
I can also delete pictures that are not very good. I don't have to print them.
I like to print all my photos. That's why I like the old cameras.
Oh, you can print digital photos too. Many shops will print them for you.
Really?
Yes, you can even buy a good printer and do it from home.
That seems easy. How do you store these digital pictures?
You can store the pictures on your computer, but you might run out of space. I save all the pictures I like on compact discs. You can store more than 700 photos on one CD.
Great! Maybe I should get a digital camera too.
Art and Culture. Unit 11. Gold. Gold has been a part of many cultures for hundreds of years. People made coins and jewelry with gold. Gold is a soft metal. It is easy to shape into sheets, long wires, or rings. People sometimes mix gold with other metals. This makes the gold harder. Then it can be made into beautiful jewelry. Why do we value gold so much? It has a special color. No other metal is a bright yellow. We also value gold because it is rare. A rare thing is hard to find. Even after hundreds of years, gold is still a precious metal now. It is still valued for its beauty. It is still rare. Today, banks store gold in the form of bars. Its value is more than $600 per ounce. Gold is more useful now than ever before. Unit 12. The Summer Music Festival.
Have you heard about the music festival next summer? I read that it is going to have about 20 different bands playing in it.
I think I did hear someone talking about it. Are you planning on going?
I'll go if I can get tickets. I heard that people are going to line up overnight to get tickets. I might line up overnight too.
I don't think I want to line up all night long.
Well, I'm going to do it. I think it is going to be a great music festival that I won't want to miss.
Maybe. Do you know how much the tickets are going to cost?
I'm not sure, but I think each ticket will be about $75.
That's a lot of money. I don't think I want to spend that much on a ticket. Good luck anyway. Unit 13. The School Play.
Are you going to the school play on Saturday night?
The school play? I didn't know there was going to be a play on Saturday night.
Yes, I heard about it in English class yesterday. I think it will be really good.
Who told you about it?
Ms. Martin, our English teacher, told us all about it. This is the drama club's first play of the year.
What is the play about? I hope it's nothing boring.
Can you guess what it is?
Oh, come on. Tell me, please.
It's The Sound of Music.
Really? I watched The Sound of Music on TV last month. It's very good. Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. That's what Ms. Martin said. Would you like to watch the play with me on Saturday night?
That would be great. Let's go early so we get good seats.
Unit 14. Ballet Class.
Hi, Cindy. Where are you going?
Good afternoon, Mrs. White. I'm going to ballet class.
Ballet class? I didn't know you were studying ballet. How long have you been studying ballet?
Today is my first day, and I don't want to go. My mom and dad want me to learn ballet. I'm not sure I want to learn how to dance.
I used to learn ballet too when I was your age. Now I teach ballet in a dance school.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where do you teach your classes?
Down the street at Easy Steps Dance Academy. Ballet is fun to learn, and it's a very graceful dance. You'll need to learn the steps and practice a lot, of course, but I think you'll enjoy it.
I hope so.
Well, go and have some fun dancing.
Unit 15. Monets Garden.
Claude Monet was a great artist. He was the first of a group of artists called the Impressionists. This group of artists thought about how things in the world made them feel. They tried to show this in their work. This way of painting shows how light can change shapes and colors. Monet did a lot of his work outdoors. He wanted to show how daylight made things look. Many of his paintings are of gardens. He liked to paint flowers and trees. He loved to paint in his own garden. His garden was in a village. He lived there for many years. Today, many visitors come each year to this garden. They come from all over the world. Most of them are art lovers or artists. They come to see the place that Monet loved so much.
Leisure and Entertainment. Unit 16. A Haunted House.
Oh no, it's raining. I wanted to go to the beach today.
Well, I'm visiting a haunted house this afternoon. You can come with me if you like.
A haunted house? What is it like?
It's really dark, with lots of old furniture and pictures on the walls. It's called a haunted house because it's full of ghosts.
You're joking, right? I don't believe in ghosts. Where is the haunted house?
The house is in the old forest.
Oh, are you really sure you want to go?
What's wrong? I thought you didn't believe in ghosts.
Well, I don't really believe in ghosts, but...
That's okay. I don't believe in ghosts either. I was only joking. The old house isn't really haunted. It's just a very old, empty house.
Phew, I'm glad to hear that. Sure, I'll come with you.
Unit 17. A Big Screen TV. I'm thinking about buying a big screen TV.
Wow, I've seen those in the store. They cost a lot of money. Can you afford to buy one?
They do cost a lot of money, but I really enjoy watching TV. I think it's much more fun to watch TV shows on a big screen.
I've never watched TV on a big screen. Do you think the quality of the picture is good?
Yes, the quality is great. When you watch soccer games, you feel like you are right there on the field.
When you buy the TV, can I come over to your house? Then I can enjoy watching TV on the big screen with you.
I have to save some money to buy the TV first. It will be a few months before I can afford to buy it. Unit 18. Hes Famous.
Are you going to the new Tim Cross movie tonight?
I don't know. It looks kind of boring.
Really? I think it looks quite interesting. Besides, Tim Cross is a famous actor.
He may be famous, but I don't think he's a very good actor. He always acts in the same sort of movie. He never does anything different.
Well, at least you think he's good-looking, right?
No, not really. He always looks so sleepy.
But most girls think he's handsome. Maybe that's why he is so famous.
None of my friends think he is good-looking at all. I used to like him a few years ago, but now I think he's not handsome at all.
Hey, I just got a haircut to try to look more like him.
Well, that explains why I don't like your new haircut.
Unit 19. A housewarming party.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for coming to my housewarming party.
Hello, Sue. Thanks for inviting me to see your lovely new home. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Did you decorate your house all by yourself?
Yes, I did. I traveled around Europe last year. I got some beautiful furniture for my house there.
Do you plan to go on a new trip this summer?
Yes, I am planning to visit China.
That's great. How long will you be there?
I will be there for a month.
You can find some beautiful things in China for your new house. You should go shopping while you are there.
Of course, it will be fun to go shopping there. By the way, please help yourself to the refreshments.
Thanks. The food looks delicious. Unit 20. Making music. Do you like to listen to music? Music is made up of sound. People all over the world like music. People have liked it for hundreds of years. People who write music are called composers. Most of the time, a composer does not sing or play his own music. He writes it all down in the form of notes. Those who know how to read music can understand these notes. This is how people can sing the song or play it. Lots of people like to play music. Music can be played on instruments. There are many types of musical instruments. Some of these are the piano, the violin, and the drum. People can make music as a group. A choir is a group of people who sing. An orchestra is a group of people who play musical instruments. School and family. Unit 21. Where is your homework?
Did you finish your homework for English class?
Homework? There wasn't any homework.
We had to finish reading a book and then write a 200-word essay on it.
I don't think Ms. Jones gave us any homework. I always write what I have to do in my notebook. Did she really tell us to write an essay?
Yes. Look, here's my essay. See?
Oh no! What am I going to do? We've only got 10 minutes before class starts.
I don't know. Maybe Miss Jones will let you hand it in tomorrow.
Hey, let me copy your essay. I'll change a few words. Miss Jones will never know.
No, I'm sorry. That's not the right thing to do.
Oh, come on. I thought you were my friend.
I am your friend. That's why I'm not letting you copy my work.
Unit 22. After-school activities.
Will you play any sports this school year?
I want to play hockey, but I'm not sure if I will have enough time.
I'm on the school soccer team. I'm also going to take up swimming.
You're going to be on the soccer team and swim too?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot. You will be very busy. Do you think you will have any free time?
I will play soccer with my school team during the week. I will go swimming during the weekend.
When will you have time to do your homework? And when will you study?
I do my homework after school every day. I study every weekend. My mother won't let me play sports until I have done all my work.
Well, I hope you find enough time for both schoolwork and sports. Good luck.
Unit 23. Arts and Crafts class.
Hi, Mom. I'm back from Arts and Crafts class. Look at what I'm wearing.
Well, you're wearing a blue t-shirt and jeans.
Sure, but what else am I wearing?
Oh, those earrings are very pretty. Is that what you're learning to make this week in arts and crafts class?
Yes, we're learning to make jewelry from beads this week. The beads come in different colors and shapes. First, we decide what sort of jewelry we want to make. Then, we choose the beads we want and string them on transparent plastic wire.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, Tom made a bead necklace for his sister, and I made some earrings. Guess what, Mom? I made a pair of earrings for you too.
Oh, these are very pretty. Thank you very much.
Next week, I'm going to make a necklace.
Unit 24, Grandfather's Birthday.
Hi, Mom. Guess what? We got our English test back today. I got the highest score in my class.
Oh, Billy, I'm glad you did so well. You worked hard for that test.
Thanks, Mom. I'm hungry. What's for dinner?
We're going to your aunt's place for dinner tonight. It's your grandfather's birthday today, remember?
Oh, no, I forgot. I haven't got a birthday gift for Grandpa.
Don't worry. I bought a gift for him yesterday from the three of us. Anyway, your English test score is a good gift for your grandfather. The whole family will be at the party tonight. All your aunts, uncles, and cousins are coming.
I haven't seen the whole family in a long time.
Well, you'll see them tonight. Now hurry up and get ready.
Okay, when are we leaving?
When your father gets home from work.
Unit 25, The Lesson.
There was once a man who lived with his 2 sons. The 2 sons were always fighting with each other. One day, the man decided to teach his sons a lesson. The man gave his younger son 2 large sticks. He told the boy to break them. The boy tried hard, but he could not break the sticks. The older son also could not break the sticks. At last, the man gave only 1 stick to each son. He said, "Break them." Each son broke his stick easily. The man said, "You are like these sticks. If you work together, no one can break you. But if you fight with each other all the time, one day someone will break both of you." After that lesson, the sons stopped fighting. They started to work together.
People and Work. Unit 26, A Problem at the Office. I had a big problem at the office today.
What happened?
I could not use my computer all day.
Was it because of a virus?
Yes, I opened a file that had a virus.
Oh no! You must be careful when you open files in your email. A virus can make your whole computer crash.
It was an accident. I didn't know the file had a virus. I'll be more careful next time.
What did you do next?
I asked a computer repairman to come to the office. He worked all day to repair my computer. But the real problem is that I may have lost some of my work.
Don't worry. Your work is probably still on your computer. I can help you get it back. Next time, make sure you have backup files, just in case it happens again.
Unit 27, My Future Job.
What do you want to be when you grow up, Mark?
I want to be a teacher. I think I would like to help children learn.
Well, you know, teachers work very hard, and they are not paid much money.
I don't care about money. Teaching is an important job.
What subject do you want to teach?
I want to teach mathematics, like Miss Kim. She makes learning fun. I didn't know that I would like math so much until I joined her class. Now, mathematics is my favorite subject.
If you want to teach math, you'll have to work hard and learn it well.
No problem. I got an A on the mathematics examination last week. With good teachers like Miss Kim, learning is easy.
I want to be a teacher too, but I want to teach English, not math.
Unit 28. Shopping.
We are having a summer sale. Everything is 50% off the normal price.
Really? Everything?
Yes, everything is on sale, including sunglasses, hats, and bags. All the summer clothes are on sale too.
I do need some new sunglasses. I lost mine when I went to the beach this summer. Oh, these are really nice. What is the price of these? There is no price tag on them.
Well, sir, there's no price tag on those sunglasses because they are mine.
Really? I would like to get a pair of sunglasses just like these. Where did you get them?
Actually, I got them for $15 at Super Glasses.
There is a Super Glasses store in this mall, isn't there?
Yes, but let me show you the sunglasses we have on sale.
No, thanks. I think I'll just go to Super Glasses. Unit 29. A part-time job.
I want to find a part-time job. Do you have any ideas about where I should look for work?
Have you looked in the newspaper? There are lots of job advertisements in the newspaper.
Yes, I have, but there were no jobs I was interested in.
Did you search on the internet? Many companies put job advertisements on the internet.
No, I haven't looked on the internet. I don't know what I should search for.
There are many websites that have job postings that you could look at. You could also search for the type of job you are interested in.
Okay, thanks for telling me what I need to do. I'll start my internet search right now.
I have a list of some websites. You could start looking at those first. That might save you some time.
That would be very useful. Thanks.
Unit 30. Teamwork.
When people work together as a team, they can achieve a lot. You can easily get things done when you share the work. We practice teamwork in my family. Both my parents have jobs. My father is a doctor. My mother is a teacher. Both of them work long hours all week. My brother is a student at college. I am a student in school. We all have very busy lives. So when it comes to household chores, we all work together to get them done. Each of us has different chores. My parents take turns to cook. My father takes out the trash. My mother does the laundry. My brother washes the dishes. I sweep the floor. We share the chores and work together. Everything gets done fast. People should practice working as a team. Teamwork works.
Sports and health. Unit 31. The marathon.
Did you watch the Boston Marathon?
Yes, I went to Boston to see it.
You were in Boston for the marathon?
That's right. My friend is a runner, so I went there to watch her run. We traveled to Boston together.
You are so lucky. Which part of the marathon did you see?
I watched the entire race, from start to finish.
I don't know how the runners can finish the whole race. It's so long and difficult. I could never do something like that.
I tried to run a marathon once. It was really difficult. I just can't run like my friend can.
Yes, running a marathon is not an easy thing to do. By the way, how did your friend do in the race?
She did quite well. She was not the fastest runner, but she was in the top 50. Unit 32. Racquetball.
Racquetball is a popular sport. It was first played in the U.S. This game started just a little more than 50 years ago. That makes it quite a new sport. Other racket sports like tennis and squash have been played for a long time. Racquetball rules are a mix of rules from both handball and squash. A short racket is used to play this game. This game became popular almost at once when it first came out. More and more people wanted to play it. Clubs began to build racquetball courts. They built these courts for players of this new sport. People of all ages can play this game, but most players today are young people. Most of them are between the ages of 12 and 34. Racquetball is now a famous sport. It is played all over the world.
Unit 33. Summer sports.
Hi, Alice. What have you been doing? You look tired.
I stayed up late last night to watch the Olympics. We won a gold medal for men's basketball. We also won the silver medal for women's tennis.
That's great. What about gymnastics?
The men's team didn't do so well, but the women's team won the silver medal.
I haven't had much time to watch, but I saw the opening ceremony.
What have you been doing this summer?
I've been playing baseball and taking swimming lessons.
I like to watch baseball. Maybe I can come and watch your team play sometime. When do you usually play?
We have a game this weekend. Why don't you come and watch us play in the park?
Sure. Just let me know what time the game starts. See you later.
Bye.
Unit 34. Inline Skating.
Oh, my legs are so sore.
Really? What did you do during the weekend?
I went inline skating with my friends at the park.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I did. But it was also my first time, so it was really difficult. I was scared that I would fall down. After a short time, my muscles were really tired.
Next time will be easier. You just need more practice.
What about you? What did you do during the weekend?
Actually, I also went inline skating. I go every weekend with my father. We usually skate about 20 kilometers each time.
Wow! How can you skate so far? Your muscles must be really strong.
I've been skating for 3 years now. You could skate that far too. You just need to build up your muscles. Let's go skating together next weekend.
Okay.
Unit 35. The Olympics.
The Olympic Games are a famous world sports event. These games are held once in 4 years. There are summer games and winter games. People come from countries all over the world to compete in the games. These games started a long time ago in Greece. In those days, only men took part in them. There were only a few sports events. Now, women take part in the Olympic Games too. There are team sports like basketball. There are martial arts like judo. More and more types of sports are in the games each time they are held. It is very hard to win a medal at these games. Only world champions take part in the Olympics. Those who compete must work hard for years. Their bodies must be very fit. They must be the best to win medals in these games.
Travel and Transport. Unit 36. A bicycle trip. I'm planning to go on a bicycle trip around Europe.
Why do you want to go on a bicycle trip?
It is an environmentally friendly way to travel.
What do you have to do in order to go on a bicycle trip?
Before the trip, I'll need to ride my bicycle a lot. That will make me fit and strong. I also need to get some equipment.
What kind of equipment will you need?
I need road maps of the countries I am going to visit. I also need strong bags to carry clothes and food. I need to carry all these things on my bicycle.
Are you traveling with another person?
Yes, I am going with a friend of mine. He likes bicycle trips.
I wish I could go on a bicycle trip too. Well, don't get too many flat tires.
Unit 37. Driving down south.
Isn't it great that there aren't any classes on Monday? We have a 3-day weekend.
That's right. Do you have any special plans?
My family is taking a trip to Las Cruces. I'm really looking forward to it. Have you ever been there?
No, but I've heard about it. Is it nice?
Yes, there are so many things to see. The city is famous for its nuts.
What kind of nuts?
Pecans. There are many pecan trees growing in and around the city.
I like pecans. How far away is Las Cruces from here?
It only takes about 4 hours by car if you use the freeway and drive directly south.
That certainly makes for an easy trip. When are you leaving?
We're going on Saturday morning. We'll be back on Monday evening.
Have a nice time. Bring me some pecans.
Unit 38. The Travel Agent.
I want to go on a trip to China.
How long do you want to stay?
4 or 5 days.
We have a very good package tour that is for 4 days and 3 nights.
Okay. What can you tell me about it?
Well, you'll fly directly to Beijing. Your tour guide will meet you at the airport and take you to your hotel. Over the 4 days, you will do a lot of sightseeing. You will see many famous landmarks like the Summer Palace, the Forbidden City, and the Great Wall of China.
That sounds great. What sort of transport will we use to get from one place to another?
You will take a bus with your tour group.
Okay. Can I book this package tour now? There will be 5 of us going on this trip.
Sure. Unit 39. Taking the train. You're so lucky, Marion. You're leaving for Hawaii in 5 hours. I never travel because I hate flying in airplanes. I don't like buses either.
That doesn't matter, Dean. There are other ways to get around. You should take the train somewhere.
That's true. It's been a long time since I last traveled. I've always wanted to take a long train trip.
What's stopping you? Go to the travel agent now and ask about train trips.
What do you think the fares are like?
I'm not sure what train fares are like now. I think it depends on your destination. That's a question you'll have to ask a travel agent.
Can you suggest a good person to talk to?
My travel agent is always very helpful. Here is his phone number.
Thanks. I'll call him right now. Where's the phone? Unit 40. Go on a cruise. Are you sick of long road trips in a car? Do you find long trips in an airplane boring? Do you want to travel in a special way? You should take a cruise to all the places you would like to see. Go by cruise ship to the northeast part of the U.S. Go late in the year. Then you can enjoy the colors of the autumn leaves on the trees. It is a beautiful sight. Do you like to look at man-made wonders? Go on a cruise to the Panama Canal. Do you want to see icebergs? Do you want to look at seals and whales? Go on a cruise to Alaska. Wherever you may choose to go, a cruise is a great way to travel. Book a trip on a cruise ship today. You will love it.
Listening practice through dictation 2. Copyright 2007 Compass Publishing. All rights reserved. Nature and the environment. Unit 1. Antarctica.
Antarctica is another name for the South Pole. It is also a continent. A long time ago, the South Pole was close to the equator. That was 500 million years ago. It was once joined to Australia. Then, all the land on Earth started to move. Antarctica moved away from Australia and went south. Dinosaur bones were once found at the South Pole. Do you know why? Dinosaurs lived there millions of years ago. This was before it moved away from the equator. About 98% of this continent is frozen. The rest is made up of rock. The South Pole has 87% of the world's ice. But did you know that it gets very little snow? Only about 2 inches of snow falls each year. How many people live on your continent? No one lives in the South Pole. Only animals like penguins live there. Scientists and tourists visit there, but they don't stay long. Do you want to visit Antarctica? It is the coldest, driest place on Earth.
Unit 2. A hiking trip. Hi, Anne. Did you sign up for the trip on Saturday?
What trip is that? I didn't know there was a trip on Saturday.
The hiking club is going to Bear Mountain. The bus drops us off at the bottom, and we're going to hike until we get to a cabin halfway up the mountain.
That sounds really great. Where can I sign up?
Go and see Jennifer. She'll help you sign up.
What activity will we do when we get to the cabin on the mountain?
Well, it takes 7 hours to hike to the cabin, so it will be late by the time we arrive. After we unpack, we'll start a campfire. Then we can sing, eat, and tell stories around the fire. The following day, we'll leave at dawn and hike to the top of the mountain. After we take pictures, we'll hike back down. If we have time, we might go swimming in the lake on the mountain.
Those sound like really fun activities, and I can't wait to go.
Unit 3. Save the turtles. Have you heard about the plan to save turtles in Mexico?
No, what is the story?
Turtles are in danger of becoming extinct around the world. Every year, thousands of turtles lay eggs on the beach. After the turtles lay their eggs in the sand, people come along and take them.
I suppose the people like eating turtle eggs.
Exactly. Turtles are beginning to stay away from certain places now. There are fewer and fewer of them left. There is a new project in Mexico to save these eggs. Then turtles will not become extinct. I think it's a very good project.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I'm going to call the Environmental Protection Hotline. They might have some information about the project to help save turtles in Mexico.
They might even have a brochure. Let's find the website on my computer. Oh, here it is. The address is www.enviro.com. There's plenty of information here.
Great! Let's see what we can do to help save turtles in Mexico. Unit 4. Hiking in Iran.
Most people think that the Middle East is only a desert. This is far from true. Last year, I went hiking in Iran. Iran has many mountains. You can find trees that lose their leaves in winter. If you're lucky, you may see a yellow deer or a brown bear, two species that live there. The air is fresh and you can swim in clear, clean lakes. I definitely recommend it. There are so many birds to see. It is fun to go into the forest with binoculars to look at birds. Seeing the birds through binoculars makes them seem much nearer than they actually are. You can write down all of the species that you see. You should learn about their calls first. That means the sounds that each bird makes. Sometimes it's hard to see the birds. However, you can identify them if you happen to hear them. I want to go back to Iran again someday. It's so beautiful that I want to see and explore much more of it.
Unit 5. Jane Goodall.
Jane Goodall went to Africa when she was 26 years old. She went there to research chimpanzees. At that time, no other women scientists worked there alone. At first, Jane studied the chimps from far away. The chimps were afraid of her. They ran away if she came close to them. After some time, the chimps saw that she was not going to hurt them. They let her walk near them. Soon, she was living among them. She wanted to learn more and more about them. Jane did a lot of research on chimps. She discovered many new things about them. She learned that each chimp has its own personality. She saw that they have feelings. Jane discovered that chimps have very close families. Mothers and fathers take good care of baby chimps. An adult female chimp will sometimes adopt an orphan. In 1977, Jane started an institute to help protect animals. She wanted to help animals all around the world. Today, this institute runs programs in over 70 countries.
Science and Technology. Unit 6. Flying Cars. Listen to this. This newspaper article says that some scientists are working on a new kind of airplane. People can use these flying cars for short trips.
How interesting.
The article says the first flying car might be ready within the next few years.
That's quite soon. How would this flying car work? Can anybody use one, or is it only for people who know how to fly airplanes?
You don't need to be an airplane pilot to use a flying car. The article says there would be a computer inside the car that would know where you want to go. The driver does not need to control the car unless something goes wrong.
Does the article say how much a flying car would cost? It will probably cost too much money. We would not be able to afford one.
True, but wouldn't it be nice to fly over traffic jams instead of sitting in the middle of them?
Yes, but then we might end up with traffic jams in the sky.
Unit 7. The Perfect Gift.
Hello and welcome to Robux. How may I help you?
I would like to buy my wife a home appliance for her birthday.
What sort of appliance are you looking for, sir?
I think a dishwasher might be the perfect gift because it will help with the housework.
Oh yes, dishwashers are very useful. This one here is our most popular model.
How does it work?
It's very simple. First, collect your dirty dishes and scrape off the leftover food into the garbage can. Then rinse the dishes in the sink. Put glasses, cups, and cutlery on the top rack. Plates, bowls, and pots go face down on the bottom rack. Then, fill this compartment with detergent and close the door. Next, choose the wash cycle and finally press the start button. You'll have sparkling clean dishes in 45 minutes.
That sounds easy to use. I think my wife will really like it. How much does it cost?
You're lucky, sir. It's on sale this week for $400.
Great, I'll take it. Unit 8. Acupuncture.
Acupuncture began in China thousands of years ago. It is a special way to treat sick people. There are many acupuncture spots on the human body. Small metal needles are put into spots on the body. each spot is connected to a special body part or system. There are many spots for each part. An expert puts the needles into these spots in a person's body. These spots connect to the body system that has a problem. The needles do not go deep. People say that the needles do not hurt. We are not sure why acupuncture works, but studies have shown that it works very well. No one can explain why. Doctors think that it helps the nerves in the body. Some doctors use acupuncture to treat people who cannot take medicine. People in Asia have been using this special method for a long time. At first, people outside Asia did not trust this method. They did not think that it would help them. Now, it has become very popular around the world.
Unit 9. Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein is famous around the world. He is famous for his work in science. Many people think that he was the greatest scientist of the 20th century. Einstein was born in Germany in 1879. His interest in science began when he was very young. Someone gave him a compass in 1884. Young Einstein was interested in how it worked. He wanted to learn science. He wanted to become a scientist. Einstein tried to enter a top Swiss university. At first, he met with failure. He did not get a place. But Einstein did not give up easily. He applied again to the same university in the next year. This time, he was successful. Einstein was a good student. He graduated from this famous university in 1896. As a scientist, Einstein did important work in the field of physics. His work was very good. He received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. In 1933, he went to live in the United States with his wife.
Unit 10. The telescope.
Come and look at the telescope I got for my birthday.
That's neat!
Yeah, now we can look at the moon. Did you know that the moon is the Earth's only natural satellite?
No, I didn't know that. I thought the moon was a planet.
Well, a planet moves around the sun, but a satellite moves around a planet.
Oh, I see. Can you see other planets with your telescope?
Sure, I can see 2 planets close to Earth really well.
Which planet is closest to Earth?
Mars is the closest planet to Earth. Many scientists believe that Mars once had rivers and oceans just like Earth. Mars has 2 moons.
That's cool. What is the other planet near Earth?
The other planet near Earth is Venus, but Venus has no moons.
Do you think people will ever be able to visit Mars or Venus?
Maybe someday people will be able to visit Mars, but not Venus because it's too hot.
Well, at least we can see them with your new telescope.
Art and Culture. Unit 11. The Mona Lisa.
What are you looking at, Billy?
This is a copy of my favorite painting. It's the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci.
Why is that your favorite painting?
Well, there are a few things that make the Mona Lisa great. First, she has no eyebrows. Second, she has a really beautiful smile. Most of all, I like the soft colors of the painting. Have you seen the Mona Lisa before? It is a very famous painting.
Of course. I've seen the painting a few times before, but I never noticed that her eyebrows are missing. I wonder why she has no eyebrows. Do you know why?
At the time Da Vinci painted it, it was fashionable for young Italian girls to shave off their eyebrows. Every girl wanted to be fashionable.
Wow, that's really interesting. In what year was the Mona Lisa painted?
I think it was painted sometime between 1503 and 1505.
I wonder what a modern Mona Lisa would look like.
She might have purple hair.
Unit 12. Bang Yi.
Once upon a time, there was a poor, kind man named Bang Yi. He had a rich but greedy brother. One day, Bang Yi asked his brother to give him some grain seeds to grow. His greedy brother gave Bang Yi some poisoned seeds. Only one plant grew from the poisoned seeds, but Bang Yi was very happy. He took good care of the plant. Then, one afternoon, a bird came and stole the plant. Bang Yi chased the bird into the forest. In the forest, he saw two monsters using a magic stick to turn rocks into food. Bang Yi hid behind a big rock and watched the monsters. The monsters ate a lot of food. Soon, they became very sleepy. When the monsters had fallen asleep, Bang Yi took their magic stick. He became very rich. Bang Yi's greedy brother went to the forest to find a magic stick for himself. The angry monsters saw him. They chased him deep into the forest. The greedy brother was never seen again.
Unit 13. Friendship Day.
Friends are an important part of our lives. They help us in many ways. Do you tell your friends that you are glad they are your friends? Everyone should tell their friends that they are special. Did you know that there is now a special day just for friends? This day is called National Friendship Day. The first Sunday in August was chosen to be National Friendship Day in 1935. This holiday is not as big as Christmas or New Year's Day. However, it is still a special day. People are usually too busy to visit their friends often, but this day is different. On this day, people take time to tell their friends how much they care. They write cards or send emails to their friends. They may also call their friends no matter how busy they are. People hug their friends or spend time with them. There are many ways to show you care. You need not wait for a special day. Call your friends right now.
Unit 14. An outdoor exhibit. Do you like photographs?
What kind of photos?
Photos of plants and animals, for example, or mountains and oceans.
The sort of photographs a nature magazine would publish.
That's right.
Of course, I love nature photos. They are very beautiful.
Some of them are very colorful.
Yes, most nature photos are so interesting. Sometimes I buy nature magazines just for the photos.
Me too. I like taking nature photos with my camera, but they are not very good.
My photos are not good either. Famous nature magazines only publish very good photos.
That's true. People must be very talented to get their photos published.
Yeah. Why are we suddenly talking about photographs? Is there an exhibit somewhere?
How did you guess? There is an outdoor exhibit going on right now.
Really?
Yes, nature photographs from all over the world are on display.
That sounds great. I would love to see it.
Me too. Would you like to go with me?
Sure. How about Sunday morning?
Okay, it will be fun to see all those photos. Unit 15. People are different.
There are more than 6 billion human beings in the world. Each one is different from all the others. No two people look exactly alike. People from one country may look the same in general, but they are not totally alike. Most people in Vietnam have straight black hair and black eyes. But they all look different. People in America have straight hair, curly hair, or wavy hair. Their hair may be black, brown, yellow, or red. Some people have brown or gray eyes. Some have blue or green eyes. Even people in the same family look different from each other. We all think differently. We all like different things. We like different kinds of food and different kinds of music. We also like different styles of clothing. Wherever you are, You are different from everyone else. Nobody else looks just like you. Nobody has your thoughts or your talents. There are more than 6 billion people on Earth, but none of them are exactly like you. You are one of a kind.
Leisure and entertainment. Unit 16. Karaoke. It's nice to see you, Karen. How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you. How are you, Dan?
I'm fine, thanks. I went to the movies Saturday night. I wanted to invite you, but you weren't home.
That's right. I went karaoke singing with some friends on Saturday night.
Really? I've never sung karaoke. What's it like?
I had never gone karaoke singing before either, but I had a great time. My friends were experienced karaoke singers, so they showed me what to do.
Did you have to sing in front of a lot of strangers?
No, the place we went to rented out small private rooms. Nobody else could hear us. They even gave us free sodas.
Cool. What kind of music did they have?
They had hundreds of different songs to choose from. They had both new songs and old songs. They had songs in English and songs in several other languages, too. It was really fun.
I think I'll go karaoke singing next weekend. Unit 17. Watching TV.
Did you watch the latest episode of that new reality show last night?
There are so many of those reality shows these days. Which one are you talking about?
It's called Good Fences, and it's all about neighbors. This reality show is the only one I like, because you're right, the others are just silly.
I never watch reality shows at all. I prefer to watch shows that teach me about something, like science and nature programs and travel shows.
Oh, I like travel shows too. My favorite travel show is the one with that chef from England. He travels, cooks, and eats all the time.
I like that one too. He really makes me laugh. He has a good sense of humor.
Let's watch it together this week. It's on Thursday at 8 o'clock, right?
That's right. But where shall we watch it?
Well, I have a big screen TV and a comfortable sofa.
Okay, we'll watch it at your place then. And I'll bring some snacks. See you then. Unit 18. Have some fun.
Okay, great. We'll meet you in an hour. Bye.
Who is that on the phone, Jane?
That was Amy. She wants to meet us in front of her apartment building in an hour.
Why are we meeting her there?
Because her apartment is close to the bus stop. We're going to go downtown and watch a movie. So hurry up and get ready.
Oh, I honestly don't think I should watch a movie tonight. I'm studying for an important test on Tuesday, so I really don't have time to have fun.
You have been studying for several days, Joe. You don't need to study anymore. You need to have some fun because you're too tired to study anyway.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Is it just Amy and us going?
Lily is coming along too.
Really? I need time to take a shower and get dressed.
Don't worry, you have time.
It will be fun to see Lily and fun to watch a movie together.
I told you so.
Unit 19. Tickets to the game.
You won't believe this, but I have some great news. I've got 2 tickets to the baseball game next Saturday.
Did I hear you correctly? You have 2 tickets to the baseball game? How did you get those? I thought it was impossible to get tickets because they were all sold out last month.
It was easy, actually. My colleague and her husband have to go to London that week, so they'll miss the game. They offered me their tickets, and of course, I was happy to accept.
You're so lucky. Who are you going to take with you?
I was thinking that maybe you would like to go. Otherwise, I might take my brother instead.
Don't do that. I would love to watch the game with you.
I was just joking. I know you really want to go. Where shall we meet on Saturday?
Well, the game starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yes. Shall we meet here at 8:30 a.m. on Saturday?
Good idea. I can't wait. Unit 20. Wonder Woman.
Comic book heroes have been popular for many years. One hero has the strength of 100 men. This hero also has the speed of lightning. This hero cannot be killed. If you think this hero is Superman, you are wrong. This hero is Wonder Woman. A man called William Marston created Wonder Woman in 1941. He was a graduate of Harvard University. He used a false name on his comics. He did not want his colleagues to know that he wrote comics. The false name was Charles Moulton. Mr. Marston wanted to make a strong female hero for little girls. Of course, he hoped that little boys would like Wonder Woman too. Wonder Woman was not very popular at first. Then, World War II began in 1941. Wonder Woman became a role model for children around the world. She was both strong and beautiful. She always tried to do what was right. Today, she is still one of the most popular heroes of all time.
School and Family. Unit 21. Blood Types.
Thanks for meeting me today, Professor. I don't understand last week's lecture on blood types. Could you please explain it to me?
No problem, Angela. First, let's see what you do understand. Can you tell me about blood types?
There are 4 types of blood: A, B, AB, and O.
Good. How is your blood type determined?
You get your blood type from both your parents. Your blood type is a combination of genes from your father and your mother.
That's right.
Before the lecture, I always thought that all blood was the same. Why can't 2 different blood types mix?
In some ways, every person's blood is the same, but it is very dangerous to mix 2 different blood types. Your blood cells may begin to stick together. If you are given the wrong type of blood in a hospital, you could die.
I see. So that's why blood types must be matched in the hospital, and this must be done before blood is given to anyone.
Exactly. Unit 22. The Car Ride.
Mom, Danielle's on my side of the car again. Tell her to move over.
Listen, both of you. I've had enough of your nonsense. Sit still, be quiet, and enjoy the scenery.
Mom, is Toronto still far away?
It's going to take a long time to get there, so read your book.
I don't like to read in the car because it gives me a headache. Can we put a CD in?
I suppose so, but it had better not be rap music. That music is awful, and I can't believe you children actually listen to it.
Oh, please, can we play some rap music? You might like it, Mom.
Well, only if you promise that there is no bad language in it.
There isn't any bad language, I promise.
All right, I'll play the CD, but it will be at the volume I choose.
Thanks, Mom.
Have I ever told you about the songs I liked at your age? People listened to real music in those days.
Oh, Mom, rap is real music too.
Unit 23. The Report.
I finished my report on the French Revolution last night.
How did you finish it so fast? I'm still trying to find books about it.
There was something about the French Revolution on TV last week. I wrote down the names of all the people who were on the show.
What did you do next?
I went to the library and looked for their books. It was very easy, especially because I already understood what they wanted to say.
I guess I could have done that, but I missed the TV show. Why did Miss Deshart make us write about French history anyway? She's a French language teacher, not a history teacher.
Miss Deshart said that if we want to understand the language, we should understand the culture. I don't know if I speak better French, but I know more about French history now. If the French Revolution had never happened, French would be a very different language.
You're right. I'm going to talk to Miss Deshart now. I'll see you later.
Unit 24. Homeschools. There are many kinds of schools for many kinds of students. One kind of school is the homeschool. Homeschools are exactly that, schools at home. Parents choose to homeschool their children for many reasons. Some people feel that public schools are too dangerous. Some people think that the level of education is too low. Some parents do not approve of the subjects their children learn in public schools. If parents choose to homeschool their children, they must be ready to teach them well. There are many benefits to homeschooling. Homeschools are very small. There are just 1 or 2 students. The student's mother or father is the teacher. Another benefit is that students can study interesting things. Some people think that homeschooling is not good for students. They believe public schools teach children discipline. They feel that public schools give a sense of community. In the end, parents must decide if homeschooling is the right choice for their children. Unit 25. Big Brother.
So, how does it feel to have a new baby brother in the house?
It's really exciting, but not as easy as I thought it would be because the baby cries constantly. I love my baby brother, but I don't like all that noise.
I know. When my baby sister was born, she cried and slept all the time. I had to help change diapers and feed her.
I hope I never have to change a diaper. My mom and dad do a good job of that. I learned how to heat the bottle to the right temperature, though. Having a new baby around is hard work.
What do you like most about your new brother?
He's really cute, and everyone says he looks like me, but with darker hair.
Smaller, too, of course.
He laughs when I tickle his little feet. When he grows up a bit, I'll teach him how to ride a bicycle, and we can also play games together. I'm going to be the best big brother in the world.
People and Work. Unit 26. The New Boss. You know, Kim, I think our new boss doesn't like me. I don't understand why.
That's not true, Trevor. Why, just this morning I heard her say you're a very good employee. She said you work very hard every day.
That's news to me. I wish she would say it to me, but she just criticizes everything I do.
I think that you're being too sensitive.
Do you really think so? Maybe I just need a vacation. I haven't had one for years.
It's not good to work so hard, Trevor. I think a vacation is a great idea.
How about you? Are you happy at work these days?
Yes, I'm really enjoying working for this new boss. That's why I'm surprised that you think she criticizes your work. Actually, I think she is helping you to improve your work. She's just trying to help.
I didn't realize that. Now that I think about it, you're right. I feel much better.
Good. Let's go for lunch.
Unit 27. The Principal.
How long have you been a school principal, Mr. Shin?
I have been a school principal for 18 years.
What made you get involved in education?
When I was 12 years old, I read an article about how the human brain works. I studied very hard. I tried to use my brain well. Soon, I began to get interested in education.
I see.
After college, I became a teacher. I was given the position of principal 12 years later.
Do you ever wish that you had done something else?
When I first started as a principal, I missed being a teacher. I liked spending time with children and helping them learn and grow. However, I knew that I could do a lot of good as a principal.
You have certainly done a lot of good, Mr. Shin. You started a special program to send all the students in your school to college.
I had been planning to do that for some time. I'm glad the program is so successful.
Unit 28. Bill Gates. Look at this article I am reading. It says here that Microsoft made over $36 billion in 2004.
Wow.
I wish I was Bill Gates, the owner of Microsoft.
Is it just because of the money?
Of course. You can donate a lot of money to help other people. Bill Gates donates millions to charity every year. He also employs about 55,000 people in 85 different countries.
I heard that he got interested in computers when he was really young.
That's right. He started programming computers when he was 13 years old.
Really?
Yes. Then he studied computers at Harvard University.
He was a Harvard graduate? This shows how important education is to success.
Actually, Bill Gates decided to drop out of Harvard. He was an excellent student, but he did not want to graduate.
Why not?
He had a dream. He dreamed the computers would be in every home and office in the world.
I see. He decided to follow his dream.
Yes, he made the right decision. Unit 29. Mark Twain.
Here is a story that Mark Twain, the famous author of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, told one afternoon. Years ago, I was on a train leaving New York. There were too many people, and the sleeper train was full. I asked the young man at the ticket office if I could have a room in the sleeper section of the train. He answered rudely, "No." I left feeling quite angry. As I was getting on the train, I saw a man watching me. He watched me for a few minutes. Then he spoke to the conductor in a whisper. Immediately, the conductor came over to me. "Can I help you?" he asked. "Do you want a place in the sleeper section?" "Yes, give me anything. We have 2 beds and chairs in a private section." The conductor made sure I was comfortable. Then he said, "I'm so proud to have you on this train, sir." "Oh, who am I?" I asked. "General McClellan."
Unit 30. A soccer star.
Soccer is a very popular team sport worldwide. Many people love to watch it. Hong Myung-bo is a famous soccer player. He started playing soccer in 1990. He played for the Pohang Steelers for 6 years. Then he played for the Los Angeles Galaxy. He was the first Korean to play for a Major League Soccer team in the United States. Now, he is a coach for the South Korean soccer team. Hong is famous because he played soccer well. He played in more than 125 international games. He also played in 4 World Cups. He played in the World Cup in 1990, 1994, 1998, and 2002. Hong won 2 soccer awards in 2002. His team won the award team in the World Cup. People thought it was fun to watch soccer. Hong also won the Adidas Bronze Ball Award. This award was for his outstanding performance in the game. Even though Hong did not play in the final game, he played well.
Sports and Health. Unit 31. Keeping fit.
We all need regular exercise to keep fit. But if we study all day, we don't have time to run, swim, lift weights, or play basketball. What can we do to stay in shape? One thing we could do is walk more often. Walking is good exercise. Instead of going to school by car or bus, we could walk. During recess, we could go outside and stroll around before we go back to class. Instead of taking the elevator in buildings all the time, we could use the stairs. Another important thing is to take breaks from studying. If we sit at our desks or in front of a computer for a long time, we should stand up and stretch our arms and legs once each hour. If we stand for a long time, we should sit down and stretch our backs. These are just a few ways we can stay fit when we don't have a lot of time to exercise. Do you know some other ways?
Unit 32. Stop yawning.
"Stop yawning, Jason."
I'm sorry, Miss Terry. I can't help it.
"You can. You yawn because your lungs need more oxygen. When you need more oxygen, you open your mouth wide and take in a lot of air."
What can I do to stop yawning?
You should go outside into the fresh air and breathe deeply. Then you won't need to yawn anymore. Your lungs will have lots of oxygen.
We just came in from recess, so why am I yawning?
Are you tired? Being tired also makes you yawn. This is because your body needs rest. Oxygen helps your body rest. Sleeping rests your body and makes you take long, deep breaths.
Then why do I yawn when I am bored, Miss Terry?
Well, Jason, When you are bored, you are probably not breathing deeply enough. The best way to stop yawning from boredom is to do something interesting. If you can't do that, try taking deep breaths. This will not stop the boredom, but it will help you stop yawning.
Unit 33. The Gym.
Did you hear that a new gym opened on one of the streets nearby?
That's great news. I've gained some weight and I'd like to lose it through exercise.
I need to lose weight too, and I've always wanted to take yoga classes.
Do you know if the new gym offers yoga classes?
I'm not sure. I'm planning to go there on Friday evening to look around. Do you want to join me?
Let me check my schedule for this week. I'm too busy on Friday, so can we go on Saturday afternoon instead?
Sure, we can see what the new gym has to offer and get some exercise too. It's fun to work out in a gym with other people. We might even meet new people with similar hobbies.
Hold on, let's see what the gym looks like first before we start planning anything else. Let's meet for lunch at the West End Cafe before we go. It might be the last good meal we eat.
Good plan.
Unit 34. A Healthy Lifestyle.
This burger is delicious. Do you want some?
No, thank you. I'm working out at a gym these days. I want to be healthy, so I've also started eating good, fresh food.
You're exercising? That's fantastic. When did you start thinking about your weight and staying in shape?
Last month I had a checkup. My doctor told me that I should be leading a much healthier lifestyle now that I'm getting older. Now I try to eat small, regular meals instead of 1 or 2 big meals a day.
I see. What types of food do you usually eat now?
I eat lots of fruit and vegetables. I try to limit carbohydrates like bread, rice, and pasta. I also try not to eat sugary foods.
Oh dear, I love sugary foods, especially cakes.
Well, try to eat food that is good for you. You need to take care of yourself.
You're right. I should start thinking about a healthier lifestyle. But first, I'm going to finish my burger.
Unit 35. A Balanced Meal.
I have lost 7 pounds in 1 week. Skipping breakfast really works.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
People who skip breakfast eat more at the next meal. Eating breakfast is very important. Breakfast gives you energy for the day.
Well, I eat 1 big meal a day at dinner time.
Having 1 meal a day is not good. You should have several small meals a day. You'll have more energy that way.
Maybe you're right. I have been feeling really tired lately.
What do you usually eat?
I only eat salads now.
Salads alone may not be nutritious enough.
So what should I eat?
You need some protein and carbohydrates. It is important to eat a good variety of food at each meal. You should have balanced meals. Make sure you eat cereals, fruits, and vegetables, and some bread or rice. You also need milk and dairy products, and some meat. You'll be healthier. You'll have more energy. You'll even look better. Travel and Transport. Unit 36. Across Canada.
I'm so excited. I just got back from the travel agency.
Travel agency? Where are you going?
I'm planning to go to Canada on vacation.
Canada? How exciting! How long are you going for?
I'm going for a month. I want to see as much as I can.
You are so lucky. What places are you going to visit?
First, I'll spend a few days in Vancouver. Then I'll take a train through the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, you're riding through the Rockies. That's really exciting.
Then I'll fly to Toronto and take a bus to Niagara Falls. Did you know that you can actually take a boat under that huge waterfall? It's called Maid of the Mist.
Wow, that's an amazing thing to do. You're so lucky.
Well, I hope I don't get seasick. I'll finish my trip in Nova Scotia. I want to eat lobster for dinner every night, and I'd like to bike around some small fishing villages too.
Have a great time and take lots of pictures. Unit 37. A Trip to Europe.
Where are you going on vacation this year, Andre?
I'm going to Europe with my parents. We're going to take a tour of France, Italy, and Germany.
Oh, that will be such fun. How long will you be gone?
3 weeks. We're going in the summer, so I won't miss any school.
What will you do there?
We're going to visit historical sites, like the Colosseum in Rome. We'll also see famous museums, like the Louvre in Paris. And of course, we're going to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
How will you travel from one country to another?
There's a famous train that goes all over Europe. It's called the Eurorail.
I wish I could go with you. My family is going to the seashore again, just like last year. I'd like to go somewhere I've never been.
Don't worry, Julie. I will take lots of pictures, and I'll buy you a souvenir.
Thank you. I'll collect some seashells from the beach for you.
Thanks.
Unit 38, New Mexico.
Hi, I haven't seen you for 2 whole weeks. Where did you go on your vacation?
I visited my cousin in New Mexico. I had a great time.
Mexico? I thought you went to the U.S.
I did. New Mexico is a state in the southwestern U.S. It's between Texas and Arizona. Guess what? A lot of Americans don't know that New Mexico is a state. The license plates on cars in New Mexico also say USA. This is so that people don't get confused and think the driver is from Mexico.
That's funny. So, tell me what you did in New Mexico.
My favorite part was visiting Carlsbad Caverns. There are 30 miles of caves. In one cave, we had to wear hats with lights on them so we could see in the dark. Sometimes we had to crawl through very narrow tunnels on our hands and knees.
Weren't you scared?
No, it was a lot of fun. I'm going to visit my cousin again next year. You should come with me.
Unit 39, A Good Way to Travel. Traveling is a good hobby. If you have very little money, backpacking is a good way to travel. Many students like to backpack. They can travel cheaply. They can travel to many places. These travelers carry their belongings in large backpacks. They are called backpackers. Backpackers take buses or trains to save money. They camp outdoors to sleep. If they stay in a city, they may go to a hostel. A hostel is like a hotel. Hotels are not cheap. Hostels are very cheap. Travelers often share rooms at hostels. There are only a few toilets and baths. People share them too. Hostels are a good place to meet other travelers. You can make friends. They can tell you about fun things to do in the area. Many hostels have kitchens. These kitchens have stoves. Some have toasters. You can buy your food from a store, then you can cook at the hostel. This is cheaper than eating out. Just remember to clean up when you are done. Unit 40, A Train Announcement.
Welcome on board the TGV 740. We are now leaving Paris. We will arrive in Marseille at 3 p.m. We offer free beverages in each car. Please have as much coffee, tea, or soft drinks as you wish. There is a restaurant on the train. You may purchase a meal there during the trip. The restaurant is in car 11. We will make 2 stops on this trip. We will pick up passengers in Provence and Dijon. Passengers changing trains can ask the attendant for a free timetable. This will help you with your onward trip. Please note that smoking is only permitted in cars 15 and 23. Newspapers are given to all passengers. Mobile phones and the internet may be used in cars 18 and 25. If you need assistance, please press the button near your seat to contact a cabin attendant. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the trip. We are pleased to have you on board. We look forward to serving you again in the future.
Listening Practice through Dictation 3. Copyright 2007, Compass Publishing. All rights reserved. Nature and the Environment. Unit 1. A Big Responsibility.
Mom, can I get a puppy?
No, Billy. Taking care of a pet is a big responsibility.
I promise to take good care of him, and you won't have to remind me to do things for him.
A dog isn't a toy that you play with for a while. He will be part of our life for the next 10 or 20 years. He is a living creature.
I understand that, Mom. I promise to feed him every morning and take him for walks every afternoon.
That's part of the responsibility, but there's more. He needs a license and has to go to the vet to get shots. A dog also needs companionship. You can't go off with your friends and leave him locked up in the house all day.
I understand, Mom. I have almost $100 in the bank, so I can pay for his license and shots now.
There are other expenses too. Dog food is rather expensive.
Well, I have my job mowing lawns, and I'll get a newspaper route.
I think we should discuss this with your father when he gets home. This is a family decision.
Okay, Mom. Thanks.
Unit 2. Elephants are amazing. Elephants are interesting. They are intelligent. They also have a great memory. You should always be kind to elephants. They remember everything. A woman from India told me a story. When she was a little girl, she knew of an evil elephant keeper. He often hit his elephant. He was very mean and cruel to the elephant. Then the evil keeper sold the elephant. The new keeper was a very kind man. Many years later, the evil keeper met the elephant again. The elephant remembered the evil man. He picked up a stone with his trunk and threw it at the evil man. The elephant still knew the man, even after so many years. Elephants help each other too. Elephants use a special sound. The sound is so low that people cannot hear it. This sound travels really far. Groups of elephants can communicate with each other, even if they are far apart. This is very useful because it helps the elephants to find water and food. The elephants cooperate to help each other. Unit 3. Ants everywhere.
Hello, Mrs. Wilson. How are you?
I'm worried, Brianna. Thousands of ants are all over my patio.
That's quite a problem.
What's worse is that my daughter's birthday party is in a few days, and I wanted to have it on the patio.
Why don't you call an exterminator?
I would, but I don't want all those hazardous chemicals around my children. It's harmful and unhealthy. I also don't want dangerous substances to seep into the garden.
I usually don't have problems with ants, and I don't use any chemicals.
What's your secret?
Well, ants are difficult to control, so I planted a lot of mint plants near my deck. I also use cinnamon and cayenne pepper. I just sprinkle them around the places I don't want ants. Some people have tried it and said it worked. Others said that they needed to try something else.
I think it's worth a try. I would rather use cinnamon and mint around my patio than some hazardous chemicals. Besides, I don't mind having the ants in the yard. I simply don't want them coming to the birthday party. Would you mind helping me?
It would be a pleasure. I have a lot of cinnamon at home, and I can run to the store to get the plants for you.
Thank you, Brianna. You're such a thoughtful person.
Unit 4. The oil spill.
My best friend Katie lives near a beautiful white sand beach. Her parents take us there every summer. The water is clean and refreshing. We have a lot of fun in the waves. Last year, there was an oil spill at Katie's beach. We volunteered at the beach to clean up the oil and help the birds that were caught in the spill. When we arrived at the beach that day, the water was slick with oil and the white sand had turned black. It was an ugly sight. At first, the rescue workers would not let us on the beach. We had to watch from a distance. We watched as they put a huge float in the water called a boom. This device kept the oil slick from spreading. Once they stopped the slick, we were allowed on the beach to help. Each of us was given a broom. We swept the oil into a pile. The workers took it away in big trucks. We all worked very hard that day to restore the beach. Once the oil was removed, the birds that had been caught in the oil had to be helped. The workers showed us how to remove the oil from their wings. Then the birds could fly away to safety. We were very proud of ourselves that day. We helped save our beautiful beach and the birds who visit it.
Unit 5. The Amazing Amazon. The Amazon is an amazing river. It is unique in many ways. It is the second longest river in the world. It is 6,500 kilometers long. It starts up in the Andes Mountains. Its drainage basin, the area of land that collects water, covers 40% of South America. The Amazon River has many small rivers that supply it with water. It is the widest river in the world. The river rises more than 9 meters during the rainy season. It overflows its banks. It floods large areas of the rainforest. During that time, in some parts, it has a width of up to 40 kilometers. The Amazon River is over 325 kilometers wide at its mouth. It has more water than any other river in the world. The Amazon River is also home to many animals. Over 2,000 types of fish live in the Amazon River. One kind of fish is the piranha. The piranha is a terrifying fish. A piranha grows up to 60 centimeters long. It hunts in a group. A group of piranha can kill and eat cattle in a matter of minutes. They are so efficient that only the bones are left. This fish is one of the most dangerous creatures in the Amazon River. Science and Technology. Unit 6. Research.
What are you doing, Billy?
I'm doing research. I found a lot of great websites.
You know, I think you might want to go to the library and look at some books.
I don't want to. It takes too much time. And besides, this is fast, easy, and fun. This paper will be done in no time.
The internet is great for finding information, but it is also full of misinformation and lies. You don't really know what you are looking at unless you are at a reliable site. It's safer to get some books first and then search for more information.
Grandma, I love you, but I think you're a little old-fashioned. Look at all this great information. My report is on Albert Einstein. Now, according to the site, he was born in 1979, came up with the theory of relatives, and was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1922.
Your information is wrong. Albert Einstein was born in 1879 and developed the theory of general relativity. He won the Nobel Prize in 1921.
Wow, that means all this stuff is inaccurate? How did you know all that?
Come with me to the library and I'll help you find the books with those facts.
Thank you, Grandma. You're a real lifesaver.
Unit 7. A new calculator.
Hi, I'd like to see your calculators.
Did you have a certain model in mind, ma'am?
I'm not thinking of any specific model. I want something simple for basic math.
Is it for personal use?
Yes, I just need it for shopping and keeping track of my bills.
Well, the great thing is that these simple calculators are very inexpensive and small. Here is a solar model that never needs batteries. It is thin, too.
It's too small. I can't read the numbers very easily.
How about this one? It is a pocket calculator. It's a bit bigger. The display is easier to read.
Yes, I can see the numbers better. It is easier to hold, too. Is it also solar?
Yes, it is. It is battery-powered as well. It has an 8-digit display. This calculator also has a memory key.
How much is it?
It is only $5 plus tax. It comes with a 1-year warranty.
I'll take it.
Unit 8. Racing Robots.
I have been interested in robots for as long as I can remember. The first thing I did when I entered high school was join the Robotech Robot Making Club. We get together after school every day and create our own robots. Nowadays, it is very easy to find kits to build your own robot, and these are what we use. The highlight of the year for us is the annual Robot Maze Race. Everyone who wants to take part has to make a small computer-controlled robot. You need to race it to the center of a maze. We work together in teams of 3 or 4. This year, I am working with 2 students who won last year's competition, so I think we have a really good chance of winning. Our robot is about 30 centimeters high. It weighs 2 kilograms. It should be really quick. We have been practicing often, and we have already equaled last year's speed, so we just need to get a little faster. We are keeping the design of our robot secret. If we win, we will get $500. I hope this will be my lucky year.
Unit 9. Online Chatting.
Philip, are you still chatting online? It's 9:30 p.m. You have an exam tomorrow.
Yes, Mom. I'll get off in a minute.
I read some articles about chatting online. I'm not so sure you should be spending so much time in front of your computer.
Mom, that seems unfair. It can be very educational. You meet people from all over the world who talk about lots of different things.
Okay, maybe these people share their knowledge. I still think it is better to join clubs and socialize with real people.
Do you think chatting online causes bad behavior?
Online chatting can be very addictive, not to mention expensive.
Well, if you have DSL, chatting is not expensive. Also, not everyone who chats is an addict. Disabled people are better able to socialize online. You know, not every area is wheelchair accessible.
True. However, I've read that there are lots of strange people online who are dangerous.
I'll be careful. Besides, you can always see what I'm writing and who I'm writing to. In my opinion, the biggest fault with chatting online is the lag time or delay in the system.
I agree. I have noticed that there is some lag time in you getting off the computer.
Unit 10. The Nobel Prize.
One of the greatest achievements in the world is to win the Nobel Prize. It has been given to people since 1901. There are prizes for physics, chemistry, and medicine. There are also prizes for literature, economics, and peace. The Nobel Prize is named after Alfred Nobel. He was born in Stockholm, Sweden, in 1833. Alfred Nobel invented dynamite in 1866. Dynamite is used in mining, construction, and war. Before he died, he wrote that all of his money should be used to create the Nobel Prize. He died in 1896. The first prize was given in 1901. Each prize has 3 parts: a diploma, a gold medal, and money. The money has increased since 1980. It is now 10 million Swedish crowns. This is about 1 million euros. How are the winners chosen? 5 committees secretly meet to pick the winners. The Nobel Prize for Economics is the only one that is not decided that way. That is because it was created in 1956 by the Bank of Sweden in honor of the 50th anniversary of Alfred Nobel's death. The Bank of Sweden decides who gets the Nobel Prize for Economics. Since 1901, over 750 people have won the Nobel Prize.
Art and Culture. Unit 11. Great Art. What makes a painting a great work of art? There are many answers to that question. Some people think that a painting should look pretty. Others disagree. The skill of the painter is important. The techniques used are also important. Most of all, a great painting has meaning. A great painting has a special element in it. Sometimes a painter's special element is the way he portrays his or her feelings in a piece of art. An example of this is Picasso's painting, Guernica. It has strange shapes in it. It shows suffering people, too. It is not a very pretty picture. However, it makes people understand Picasso's feelings about war. Other times, the element is a memory or feeling. This comes from inside another person. Someone may see a painting and be reminded of a beautiful memory. A painting can also remind people of a feeling. For example, Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa is very popular. Many people like her smile. Some people say it is a mysterious smile. Others say it is a happy one. Still others make up stories about the woman in the painting. Which element is the most important? Is it the skill of the artist or the feelings of the person looking at the painting? Whatever the case, a painting that grabs people's emotions is popular. Unit 12. Talking Drums.
I want to be a member of a heavy metal band. I love heavy metal drums, James.
I don't, Henry. They are too heavy if you ask me. I prefer a more traditional style, like African barrel drums.
Barrel drums? What are those?
They are made with hollow logs and animal skins. First, they cut down a tree. They cut a section that's about as thick and tall as a barrel. They stretch an animal skin over the top and tie it to the sides with wooden pegs. These pegs can be tightened to change the pitch.
That sounds interesting.
In Nigeria, they have talking drums. They use a hollow tree trunk that's smaller than a barrel drum and leave an opening at both ends. Then they fit an animal skin on each end. There's a string between each of these ends. When a player holds the drum under an armpit and squeezes, it tightens the string and raises the pitch.
Why do they call it a talking drum?
The drummers are so skillful they can make the drums imitate human voices. They seem to cry, laugh, and shout.
I'd like to hear that.
Why don't you come to the community college with me tomorrow? A troupe from Africa is giving a concert, and they are supposed to have the best drummers in the world.
Now that sounds great.
Unit 13. The Hot New Movie.
The latest blockbuster movie, Robots Attack 2, starring Garrison Fort, opened yesterday. Fort and Andy Robot are at it again, saving people from the jaws of death. The evil robots are invading Atlantis once again. The crowds seem to love the sequel. Maybe they loved it as much, if not more, than the first Robots Attack. The special effects are fantastic. Mr. Fort seems to have worked on his fighting technique. His martial arts skills are amazing. He beats the evil robots easily. Of course, our leading man saves a lady in distress, the fair Angie. She promptly falls in love with Garrison the hero. However, Andy Robot is jealous of this new love. He spends a good part of the movie trying to ruin their plans. Another surprise is the evil robot Homer, who decides he wants to become a do-gooder. His partner, Ethel, works hard to make him return to his evil ways. Does Andy Robot succeed in rescuing Garrison Fort from love? What about Ethel? Does she bring Homer back to his evil ways? To find out, head for the theater, buy a ticket, and sit back and relax.
Unit 14. A Faux Pas.
It happens a lot. So many people visit and live in foreign countries nowadays. The culture and manners of every country are different. It is likely that a foreigner will say or do something inappropriate. This is called a faux pas. In one culture, it is fine to do something one way. In another culture, it is rude. For example, my friend visited a relative in Israel. She offered to wash the dishes. She did not know that it was important to wash the meat dishes with a special sponge. She used the wrong sponge. Her friend's father was very upset. In Canada, it is fine to use the same sponge to wash all of the dishes, but not in Israel. Something similar happened to me when I visited a temple in India. I was surprised when two officials stopped me and told me to take off my shoes. It was only then that I realized that people are not allowed to enter a temple with their shoes on. I was very embarrassed. Of course, I apologized for my mistake. A faux pas is embarrassing. No one wants to be rude. No one wants to cause problems. However, when two cultures meet, there can be misunderstandings. The next time someone is rude, be patient and understanding. He may think he is acting politely.
Unit 15. The List.
Thanks for coming, Dad. I can't believe my first day of school is just next week.
Your mother and I are proud of you. Greer is a very prestigious art school.
There is an enormous list of art supplies. They are mostly items I don't recognize.
Let's look for the supplies that you recognize, Megan, and then we can get help with the rest.
I need a large drawing board. I also need a drawing pad 1 meter by half a meter in size, newsprint paper, and a set of artist's drawing pencils.
Here is the drawing board, and I noticed the pencils over there. What's next?
I need watercolor paint, various brushes, India ink, and a fountain pen.
They are on the wall display.
Now we need to locate the vine charcoal.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
We're trying to find vine charcoal. Do you know what that is and where we can find it?
Vine charcoal is specially burned wood. Burning it makes it like a black chalk. It is commonly used for drawing. Vine charcoal is very easy to erase, so we keep it next to the erasers.
That's everything, Dad.
Great. Let's pay for all these supplies.
Leisure and Entertainment. Unit 16. Family Camping.
There are many popular leisure time activities, but one of the most enjoyable is family time. Most people enjoy being with their families. There are many things to do with your family too. Families can go to the movies, travel, visit museums, and play sports together. The most common family activity is probably camping. Many families like camping. It is a chance for the whole family to work together. They can stay in the wild, children gather dry wood for the fire, their parents set up the tents, then the whole family gathers around the fire. They enjoy a special meal together. Then they set off into the woods with a compass and a map. After hiking the trails, everyone gets a fishing pole. Each person casts the fishing line out into the river. Who gets the biggest fish? It's a great contest. Later, the children clean the fish by the river. They take the scales off the fish. Mom fries the fish over the campfire. Dad cleans up when everyone is finished. You don't want wild animals coming to eat your leftovers. Then everyone goes into their tents for a restful night. While there are many things that families can do together, camping is probably the most exciting.
Unit 17. The Amusement Park. I love this amusement park, Fran. Thanks for suggesting it. I am having a fantastic time. There's that new ride. It's called the Volcano, and it's supposed to be amazing.
That looks awfully high. Do you really want to try it? We've experienced the rocket, the giant Ferris wheel, and those bumper boats. Don't you think that's enough? Besides, I'm absolutely starving.
If you come on the volcano with me, I'll buy you a pizza with whatever toppings you want.
Do you really mean any topping? Even mushrooms, which you don't like?
Yes, I will even order a pizza with mushrooms.
Okay, Michael. I will try this last ride.
Great, Fran. I know you will enjoy this. Did you know that when the volcano erupts, our seats shake? I heard it is quite an experience.
I am not sure that I want to get on this ride anymore.
Don't worry, Fran. Look at the people getting off the ride. They look very satisfied.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I can do this, even for pizza. How would you feel if I bought lunch instead?
I don't want to force you to do something you really don't want to do, and I am hungry. Sure, let's get some lunch.
I want to try this new restaurant called Skylight. The top of the restaurant spins while you eat.
Oh, wow. Let's go. Unit 18, Fresh Lemonade.
How can I earn some extra money this summer?
Why don't we start a lemonade stand, Will?
That's a great idea, Mary. But do you think we'll make any money?
If we set up in an area with a lot of traffic on a hot day, we will get plenty of customers. We can charge $1.50 per cup.
That sounds a little expensive.
But we need to charge that much to cover our expenses. By charging $1.50 per cup, we can make good money with our lemonade stand.
Okay, what do we need to get started?
We need the ingredients to make lemonade. So we need lemons, sugar, and water. We need something to keep our money in, a sign to advertise the lemonade, paper cups, and a cardboard box to use as a stand.
Should we sell food to go with the lemonade?
I think that would be too complicated. We would need a permit and either a cooler or stove. We should stick to just selling lemonade.
You're right. Let's just keep it simple.
Okay, let's get set up and think of a plan to get some customers and make some sales.
Why don't I attract the customers and you serve the lemonade?
Sounds good to me.
Unit 19, At the Movies. Ticket prices have certainly gone up.
Yes, but I really needed a break, so if the price is a bit higher, it doesn't matter. Besides, I really want to see this movie on the big screen.
Would you like something to snack on while we watch the movie?
Sure. What do they have?
It looks like the standard popcorn and soda, but there's also ice cream, hot dogs, and coffee.
I have a craving for chocolate, but I should attempt to eat something healthy. I want to avoid getting sick this year. I'm trying to change my diet.
I'm afraid the healthiest item may be the coffee.
Do they have any muffins?
No, but they do have brownies.
I haven't had a brownie in a long time. Please get me a brownie and a coffee. What are you getting?
I'm getting the large popcorn and a cola.
Here is some money.
It's on me.
No, please. The tickets were extremely expensive. I know you are on a restricted budget.
I insist. Did you want cream and sugar in your coffee?
Well, thank you very much. No cream in the coffee, please.
So you probably don't want sugar either.
No, I think there is enough sugar in the brownies. I'll find us some seats near the aisle.
Unit 20, Hobbies.
When someone does an activity that is not a part of his or her job and is done for fun, it is called a hobby. Most people enjoy hobbies during their free time. Some people spend a lot of time on their hobbies. There are nearly as many kinds of hobbies as there are people. A hobby can be about making or collecting things or enjoying an experience. Creative hobbies are popular. Some creative hobbies are writing, drawing, and making pottery. A lot of people like making jewelry or clothes. People who do these kinds of hobbies sometimes become writers or artists when they retire. Collecting is also popular. Most collectors used to buy coins, stamps, or baseball cards. Today, toys, games, and model cars are trendy. Collectors buy and sell things on the internet. They also shop online in stores all around the world. Enjoying an experience is a hobby too. Some people listen to music. Others watch movies or read books. Many people travel or play sports. Helping people is a hobby. There are places you can help build houses for poor families. You can help feed the homeless at soup kitchens. You can also tutor children or help the elderly. A hobby is something that is done for fun. With so many choices, there is no reason not to enjoy a hobby.
School and Family. Unit 21. Defense.
Stay low and bend your knees. Come over here.
Yes, Coach?
Jackson, when you're playing defense, keep your knees bent and your body low. It helps you keep your balance, and it allows you to move more quickly in every direction.
Like this?
That's right. You should attempt to stay on the balls of your feet. It's like you are getting ready to pounce. Athletes never rest on their heels.
Should I stand with my legs close together or far apart?
It is best to keep them about shoulder width apart. Bend your knees and keep your back straight. Spread your arms straight out at your sides.
This seems almost like I'm getting ready to attack the ball.
It is a little bit like that. Your stance looks much better than before.
Coach, how do I move forward and backward on defense? I feel like my stance is fine, but when I try to dart toward my opponent, I keep tripping over my feet.
When you move forward, put your right foot in front of you, with your toes pointing in the direction you want to go. When you move backward, just reverse it. Follow the direction of your left foot. How are you feeling?
My legs are tired and my back aches.
Playing defense is hard work. Take a break, then we'll try it again.
Unit 22. The Importance of Writing.
This is terrible. I hate this assignment.
What's wrong, Timmy?
I'm frustrated because I need to write a book report and I can't get started.
May I see your paper? There's nothing here.
I can't think of anything to write and it's due tomorrow. To make matters worse, we have to perform an oral presentation in front of the entire class. I don't see the purpose of writing a book report anyway.
Writing is a necessary skill that you'll use for the rest of your life. This book report is just one way to begin learning that skill. It's another form of communication and a means of expressing your thoughts. It allows others to understand what is in your heart and mind.
I've never had to write before. Why should I start now?
Now is the best time to begin. The best writers read a lot and practice writing. Anyone can learn to write well. I know you can do it.
Okay, Mom. When you put it that way, I think I can do it.
That's the right attitude. Let's try to organize some of your thoughts by brainstorming. What can you tell me about the book?
The book? I've only watched the movie. Does that count?
Oh, goodness. What kind of child am I raising?
One that probably won't be a famous writer.
Unit 23. The Course Schedule.
It's so difficult to choose what courses to take this semester. Henry, have you chosen all of your courses yet?
No, Sue. I'm having a hard time making up my mind, and I still need to select 2 more. Do you have any ideas? Do you know anything about the professors?
I heard that the psychology professor is tough but fair. If you work hard, you can get a good grade.
Psychology sounds interesting.
How about we both sign up for psychology? Then we'd be in the same class, and we could help each other with assignments.
I remember the last class we took together. I'm not so sure that's a good idea.
Oh, come on. It would be fun. I promise I'll attend the classes and not just borrow your notes this time.
Thanks.
I was thinking about taking film studies. Why don't you take that?
I like going to the movies, but I don't want to study them.
I know someone who took that course last year, and she said it's very easy. Almost everyone gets an A or a B, and there is no homework.
That is tempting, but I want to learn something useful.
Fine, but don't complain to me if you get a C.
Unit 24. Food, Family, and Fun.
Thanksgiving is a special family holiday in America. Families come together to give thanks for all they have. Although every family celebrates in slightly different ways, a typical Thanksgiving is full of food, family, and fun. My family celebrates Thanksgiving too. Everyone in my family goes to my parents' place for Thanksgiving. We have a large meal. Everyone helps on Thanksgiving. The children set the table. My mother cooks the turkey using her own secret ingredients. My father makes the side dishes. He makes potatoes, beans, carrots, stuffing, oysters, and beets. My mom makes cranberry sauce. My sister-in-law brings a pumpkin pie. I come early to help my parents cook. When it is time to eat, we put all the food on the table. Everyone sits down. We each say what we are thankful for before we eat. Some of us are thankful for our health, and others are thankful for their jobs. Everyone is thankful for something different. There is a lot of activity after the meal. My aunt and uncle clean off the table. My sister-in-law helps me wash the dishes. The teenagers wash and put away the silverware. The children help to tidy the dining room. My brothers take out the garbage. Then they go play football in the backyard. The rest of us sit down and relax. We are thankful for the food and our blessings. Most of all, we are thankful to have each other.
Unit 25, The Project.
Hey, Dad, do you think you can help me out? I've just been assigned this enormous project at school, and I really don't know where to begin.
Sure, Jason, I'll give it my best shot.
Oh, Dad, I know you'll be a great help and inspiration to me.
Okay, that's enough flattery from you for one day. What's this project about?
Well, I have two choices. I can research a profession, or I can interview someone that I admire about their profession. If I do the second option, I must also add my own opinion about their profession.
Well, I am an expert when it comes to my profession. Accounting is a noble profession, and one that I am always happy to talk about.
Dad, I know how much you love your career. It isn't that I don't admire you, but what I was hoping actually was that you could speak to Mr. Chang, your diving friend, and see if he would agree to an interview. Diving for a living sounds cool.
I see. That's a great idea. You know how I really dislike talking about myself for too long. Let me give David Chang a call right now and find out.
Thanks, Dad. You're the best. I know this will be an awesome project.
People and Work. Unit 26, The Assignment.
Hello, Wendy. Who did you do your homework about?
I wrote about my dad because he is a firefighter.
Really? Does he actually go into burning buildings?
Yes, and he sometimes has to crawl into tight places to rescue people.
Has he ever been trapped in a burning building?
Well, one time he needed to break down a door. He was carrying a little girl out of her house. Someone left the stove on, and it ignited a fire in the kitchen.
Was everyone all right?
All 5 people living there escaped safely, but the house burned to the ground.
Your dad is incredibly brave, a real hero. What does he do at the fire station?
He resides there for a few days when he works. All of the firefighters cook, eat, and clean together. When there's a fire, they slide down a pole into the fire station's garage to get their firefighting equipment. They quickly put on their gear and then jump onto the fire trucks. My dad loves to drive the fire trucks.
Wow! Maybe I should be a firefighter someday.
I'm definitely going to be a firefighter, Ian. I want to be just like my dad.
Unit 27, Coco Lee.
Theron Lee's mother hoped her daughter would follow in her footsteps and become a doctor. However, Theron always knew she wanted to sing. In her spare time, Theron sang along with pop songs. Theron also entered singing contests. She won many competitions. Her big break came after high school. She was on vacation in Hong Kong and took second place in an important singing competition. She got a recording contract with Fancy Pie Records and, a few years later, Sony. Today, Coco Lee, as she is now known, is one of the most famous pop singers in the world. She was born in Hong Kong on January 17, 1975, but she was raised in San Francisco. She has made records in English and Chinese. Her 1998 album, Di Da Di, won the MTV Asia Music Award for Best Album and Best Music Video. Coco's next album was in English. It was called Just No Other Way. It introduced her to American audiences. Apart from her beautiful voice and stunning looks, Coco Lee is intelligent. She had a 3.8 grade point average in college. She also earned a double major in biochemistry and bioscience. One of her dreams, she says, is to help find a cure for cancer. Who knows? Coco's mother may yet get her wish.
Unit 28. A blind date.
What's wrong, Mike? You appear to be depressed.
I haven't slept in days, and I feel awful. My fiancé and I broke up just before I went to Madrid for the concert.
Why didn't you say something? No wonder your playing sounded so bad. Oh dear, I'm really sorry.
It was an appalling performance, I agree. I was miserable and unhappy, but I had to perform anyway.
Have you been seeing anyone else since you broke up with her?
No, I have been working overtime instead. The conductor was not pleased with my last performance. Besides, don't you think it's too soon?
Not at all. You might just need to get out and socialize. Hey, I've got a fabulous idea.
Oh no, not another one of your ideas. What is it this time?
Do you remember me telling you about Julia, a friend from work?
I think so. Why?
Well, she is single. I could set up the two of you.
A blind date? I tried that when I was younger, and it was a disaster.
Come on, Mike. I'd be helping two friends who will, of course, have a great time together. She has a charming personality, and she also plays the oboe. You can go to the concert in the park on Saturday afternoon. Maybe you can have coffee afterwards.
She plays the oboe? Okay. Let me know when and where to meet her. Unit 29. Crime does not pay.
Have you ever thought about committing a crime? Have you ever dreamed about holding up a bank and driving away in a fast car? Or have you ever thought about taking a famous painting from a big museum? There are many stories in movies and on TV of criminals who make a lot of money. They go on to live a life of luxury. However, for every successful criminal, there are many, many more who fail. These crooks soon regret their crimes. Take the example of a man in Winnipeg who tried to break into cars in a police academy parking lot. The man was found by the police in the parking lot. They saw him trying to open the doors of all the cars. The man was hoping to find some loose change or maybe take some good car stereos. However, he did not know that he was being watched by police officers. He chose the parking lot because it was in a very quiet area. He thought that no one would see him. He was soon arrested by the police. A foolish criminal like this man shows us that crime does not pay.
Unit 30. A job interview. Hello, Ms. Jones. Please come in and sit down.
Thank you.
So you're applying for the position of computer technician?
Yes, that's right.
My name is Mr. Smith, and I will be interviewing you today.
Nice to meet you.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
As my resume shows, I graduated from Leeds University with a computer science degree. During my junior and senior years, I worked part-time as a computer lab monitor in the university. As part of that job, I helped students with PC and desktop application problems and did hardware and software maintenance. I also taught a weekly 1-hour class on how to use Microsoft Office applications.
How would you describe yourself?
I really enjoy problem solving, and I'm hardworking. I'm also very organized, so when I have a lot of problems to deal with, I make a list and work through it from the most to the least urgent. That way, I can get everything done within the set deadlines.
That's a good way to manage your time. Just one more question. Why do you want to work for us?
Your company is well known and is respected in the computer industry. I would really like a chance to be part of your company.
Okay, thank you for coming in. I'll be in touch.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Sports and Health. Unit 31. An ounce of prevention. Hi, Sandy. I have a question for you.
Sure, Joe.
I need to have a physical examination, and there is a new clinic on Elm Street. Have you heard anything about it?
One of my friends went there recently. She said it was very hygienic and well run. It is great to have a new clinic close by, since there is a shortage of doctors around here. Why are you going?
I've just joined a gym. I want to get more exercise, and they require a medical exam before I can start.
What kind of tests do they want you to have?
They want to know my blood pressure, how much I weigh, and results from a blood test to check for any possible diseases. I feel terrific, so I'm not worried.
I had a routine checkup last month, and the doctor discovered that my blood pressure is a little high. It's not serious, but I am glad that I found out about it. I am walking every day, and I have to cut down on my salt intake. I would rather not take medicine if I don't have to. The change in diet has really made me feel better. You know the saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
I think you are right. Prevention is very important. I'm going to call right now and set up an appointment. Unit 32. Herbal Medicine.
Everyone wants to be healthy. People see doctors. They take pills to stay healthy. However, plants have been used to heal for thousands of years. More and more people are trying herbs to stay healthy. Plants used to heal are called herbal medicine. There are many plants used in herbal medicine. Each plant is used in a certain way. Herbal medicine works more slowly than most pills. Many people think plants are gentle on the body. There are a lot of examples of helpful plants. Ginger can help your body. Eating ginger often may help you stay healthy. Another helpful plant is parsley. It can stop bad breath. Herbs may be gentler than some pills. However, this does not mean that anyone can take them in any way. You should always be careful. Some herbs can be harmful too. Too much rosemary can be very bad for your stomach. It can make you sick. Foxglove is a very pretty flower. It also has poison in it. Nevertheless, if you are afraid of using herbs, you may be surprised. You have probably already used some kind of herbal medicine. Coffee, garlic, ginseng, and peppermint are all used in herbal medicine. Herbal medicine is becoming popular again as people become more interested in their health.
Unit 33. Home Remedies.
Everyone gets a cold now and then. Doctors cannot cure colds. Sleep and rest are good for taking care of a cold. However, in almost every culture, most families have a home remedy for colds. These remedies are passed down from parents to children. They have changed very little over time. Different cultures use different ingredients. In Mexico, cinnamon, raisins, oregano, and hot water are used to make a special tea. Honey is sometimes added. A fruit called henipap is used as a cold remedy in Puerto Rico. The fruit is cut up. It is then soaked in water. Sugar can be added to make it sweet. Chicken soup is popular in America. A large chicken is boiled in a pot. Carrots, onions, garlic, and other vegetables are usually added. Ginger tea is used to help a cold in China. A ginger root is peeled. It is then crushed. The ginger is boiled for about 30 minutes. Some honey can be added after it is done. Each family usually has a home remedy for a cold. Some remedies work, some do not. Some taste good, others do not. No matter what, home remedies are sure to be around for a long time.
Unit 34. Too much of a good thing? Hi, Jenny. Are you drinking coffee again?
Hi, Sam. This is my third cup.
Are you sure it's all right to drink so much? Don't you think all that caffeine is bad for you?
No, that's a misconception. Everyone thinks coffee is bad for you, but it's not.
Really?
According to an article I read, coffee can be beneficial to your health.
That's interesting, but you should remember that one study does not prove much. There are a lot of other studies out there, too.
This doctor in Italy found a lot of benefits.
Such as?
She says the chemicals in coffee can be good for your heart and may relieve headaches, too.
I know that some coffee can be good sometimes, but drinking too much is not beneficial. Coffee has a lot of caffeine, which is addictive. It affects your blood circulation and removes calcium from your bones.
The doctor did admit that it is not for everyone and that you shouldn't drink more than 3 cups a day.
You seem nervous when you drink a lot. And remember when you told me that you are not sleeping well? Do you think that maybe you should cut back?
I appreciate your concern. I was thinking of cutting back. Would you like a cup of green tea?
Unit 35. Soccer Rules.
Soccer is one of the most popular sports in the world. Although the main idea of the game is easy to understand, there are many rules to be followed. A player gets a yellow card for not following the rules. A yellow card is a warning. If a player keeps breaking the rules, he gets a red card. When this happens, he cannot play anymore. He is ejected from the game. Another rule is about handling. Handling is when another player touches the ball with his hands on purpose. Players cannot handle the ball. A player may not do anything that is dangerous to another player. He cannot kick an opponent's leg to get the ball. There are also some lesser-known rules. A player is not allowed to impede an opponent. This means that a player cannot purposely slow down another player on the field. A penalty can be called if this occurs. There is a rule about blocking a goalkeeper too. A yellow card or an indirect kick can be given to the opponent's team if the player tries this. Yes, soccer is full of rules.
Travel and Transport. Unit 36. Visit Frisco City. Frisco City is the place for your next vacation. The city has lots of shopping, food, and fun. There are so many things to do. The River Walk is a must-see. Take a city bus to any of the 3 downtown stops. There you will find stairs. The stairs go down to the riverside. There are about 5 kilometers of sidewalk on either side of the river. Palm trees and cypress trees decorate the area. There are also tropical plants. You will see many unique shops, casual cafes, and upscale restaurants. Every shop is different. You can ride one of the riverboats and hear a guide talk about the history of the River Walk. However, the River Walk is only one of the attractions of Frisco City. There are also 2 amusement parks just outside Frisco City. You can enjoy a day of fun in the sun at Water World Park. You can also spend the day enjoying the roller coasters and other rides at Sunland. Visit Frisco City. You will have a great time. Unit 37. Asking for directions.
Asking for directions can be risky. I realized exactly how risky it could be when I needed to meet one of my friends one day. A while ago, I arranged to meet my friend at a new mall. My friend had been there before and indicated that we should shop there together. We planned to meet at 3 p.m. at Burger Palace in the mall. When I arrived at the mall, I realized I did not know where Burger Palace was, so I asked a woman for directions. She advised me to go straight past the bank and turn right before the food court. She mentioned that I would walk for a few minutes, passing a shoe store, until I reached Burger Palace, which was next to the bookstore. I followed her directions and arrived just in time. 20 minutes later, I was beginning to wonder where my friend was. 30 minutes later, I was worried. I did not know what to do, so I just kept waiting. At around 3:40 p.m., I saw my friend walking quickly toward me. I rushed to him and demanded to know what happened. "I was at the other Burger Palace," he cried. We had not realized there were 2 Burger Palaces in the mall. Since then, I have made sure that I get the directions from my friends before I go to meet them. It saves me a lot of trouble.
Unit 38. Fixing a flat. When your car gets a flat tire, do not panic. First apply your brakes and pull over. Inside the trunk, you will find a spare tire and a toolbox. One of these tools is a jack, which is a tool you use to raise the car. This makes the tire easy to remove. Position the jack beneath the car, behind the tire that is flat. Insert the jack handle and turn it clockwise. Continue turning the handle until the car rises high enough so that the flat tire is well off the ground and spins freely. Make sure that the jack is securely supporting the vehicle. If the car is unsteady or the jack is unstable, lower the car. Reposition the jack and begin again. Next, use a crowbar to pry off the hubcap, the metal cover on the side of the tire. Inside the hubcap are 4 bolts that hold the tire in place. Loosen these using the long L-shaped tool. Push firmly on the tool to get the bolts to turn. It may be difficult. Once the bolts are loose, the flat tire can be pulled off easily. Now you can put on the new tire. Once it is in place, replace the 4 bolts and tighten them. Place the flat tire and the toolbox back in the trunk. Finally, drive to the nearest service station and get your flat tire fixed. Unit 39. The exchange rate. Welcome to the Atlanta International Airport, ma'am. How may I help you?
I am traveling to Venezuela. Can you tell me what the exchange rate is for the dollar?
One moment, please, and I will look it up. The currency in Venezuela is the bolivar. The exchange rate is 200 bolivars per dollar.
That seems rather low. Are you certain that that is all the dollar is worth?
There may be several local businesses that may exchange for a higher rate, but the official rate is the one I gave you.
Can I exchange $100? I need to have some money for a taxi and a hotel once I arrive in Caracas.
No problem. Here is your money. Would you like a receipt?
Yes, please. I will need it to keep track of my business expenses.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I just have one more question. Do you know where I can exchange dollars in Venezuela once I arrive? I will probably need more cash, and I want to find a reliable exchange.
The best place to exchange money is at a large bank. They will always give you the official rate. You can also find money exchange stores in most large cities.
Wonderful. I will look for a bank. I appreciate your advice.
My pleasure. I hope you enjoy Venezuela. Unit 40. The First Nations.
The First Nations are the people who lived in North America before Europeans migrated there. There is a place in Canada where you can learn about the culture of the First Nations. It is where the First Nations people used to live. Now, a visitor center is there. There is also an archaeology lab and walking trails. You can learn about the culture through the displays in the center. The displays show everyday activities. They show how the people lived. The gift shop in the visitor center sells crafts made by the First Nations people. There are jewelry, paintings, and pottery. You can also eat at the restaurant. Bison meat is in many dishes. There are also wild rice dishes, fruit pies, and traditional bread. All of the food is tasty. The archaeology lab is run by the local university. A big window lets you see the archaeologists working. They found a very old spearhead. They also found ancient human bones. The First Nations Visitor Center is a great place. You can learn about the First Nations culture. You can also see archaeologists at work. You can walk on the trails or enjoy a traditional meal. It is an experience to remember.
Listening practice through dictation 4. Copyright 2007, Compass Publishing. All rights reserved. Nature and the environment. Unit 1, Hibernation.
Some animals in cold climates hibernate. This means that they spend the winter months in a very long and deep sleep. Many animals find shelter underground. They dig out shelters to sleep in. Animals that cannot dig find cracks or holes at the base of trees and bushes. If they like the place they find, they might use it for years and years. Animals that hibernate include cold-blooded animals, such as lizards, frogs, and snakes. Many warm-blooded animals also hibernate, such as mice, bats, and squirrels. When these animals are hibernating, they seem like they are not alive at all. Warm-blooded animals seem colder to the touch, however, their blood is still very warm. Hibernating animals have a very slow heartbeat. They almost stop breathing. Extra blood sugar and fat in their bodies keep them alive. They eat lots of food just before they hibernate. Winters that do not stay cold are dangerous for hibernating animals. They can sometimes wake up in their shelters when it gets a little warm. Then they use energy by moving around. During winter, there is very little food. These animals can get very thin and weak. If they move around too much and do not eat, they can die. Animals hibernate to escape the cold. There are also animals in hot climates that escape the heat. During very hot or dry weather, they sleep underground. This is called aestivation.
Unit 2, Falling Leaves. Autumn or fall is the season between summer and winter. The days become shorter and the air gets cooler. Trees sense these changes, so they start preparing for colder weather. Trees that have leaves block water and food from coming through the branches to the leaves. When this happens, the leaves die. They fall off the tree or the wind blows them away. This is why autumn is usually called fall in America. As the leaves start to die, they appear to change from green to red, yellow, orange, or brown. Actually, the leaves are really these colors all year long. They look green because of a chemical called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll works with the sun to help the trees make food. In autumn, when there is less sun, the tree cannot make chlorophyll, so the green color fades. This reveals other colors, like red and yellow, that were always in the leaves. Like trees, animals also sense changes in the cooler autumn climate. Animals that hibernate eat a lot during autumn. They gain weight to store energy in the form of fat. They use this energy to survive the winter while hibernating. Many birds survive the cold in a different way. They leave. Each year, many birds migrate south to warmer climates during autumn. They migrate north again in the spring. Not a bad idea, if you ask me. After all, who would refuse a midwinter trip to sunny Thailand? Unit 3. How the Dinosaurs Disappeared.
The death of the dinosaurs is a great mystery. About 65 million years ago, dinosaurs lived all over the earth. They had existed for nearly 200 million years. Suddenly, they all became extinct. Many scientists believe that the dinosaurs were killed by a large meteor. They think that this meteor was about 6 to 12 miles wide. It crashed into southern Mexico and made a hole about 130 miles wide. The crash threw dust and dirt into the sky. Dust clouds darkened the Earth's atmosphere. The crash caused fires, earthquakes, and tidal waves. The plants were killed. The oceans were poisoned. Very soon, there was no food left for the plant-eating dinosaurs. When they died, there was no food for the meat-eating dinosaurs. The meteor killed about 70% of all plants and animals on Earth. The only animals that could survive were small ones that could eat many different kinds of food. Some scientists say the meteor alone did not cause dinosaurs to become extinct. They think that dinosaurs were already getting weaker. They are not sure why. One reason might be disease. Another might be climate change. A big part of the mystery is why some types of animals survived. If climate change killed dinosaurs, it should also have killed frogs. If the meteor killed most sea reptiles, it should have killed crocodiles. Yet frogs and crocodiles still exist in the world today.
Unit 4. Acid Rain. I hate this rain. It's causing the traffic to back up for miles.
Well, I hate this traffic because it's helping turn this rain into acid rain.
I heard that acid rain has really bad effects. Doesn't it cause cancer and brain damage, and even Alzheimer's disease?
It definitely can, but the major thing it does is cause breathing problems. The acid in the rain comes from smoke and gases that are given off by cars and factories. It's like riding your bike behind a bus that's showering you with its exhaust fumes.
Oh, I was reading something about that the other day. It said there's too much sulfur in the air and that it's killing thousands of people every year.
Yes, sulfur is the major element in factory and car exhaust. It combines with oxygen and nitrogen in the air to become the acid in acid rain. This stuff doesn't just kill us, you know. It also kills trees and lakes and animals. The acid soaks into the plants and animals so that anyone who eats the plants and animals is also eating the acid.
This sounds terrible. What can people do to stop acid rain?
One simple thing they could do is to use less energy. Another way to stop acid rain is to drive less, or at least carpool. Imagine if every car on this road had 4 people in it right now. There would be fewer cars and a lot less acid rain.
Unit 5. The Weather Forecast. Part 1.
And now, over to Barry with our weather forecast for this weekend. How's it looking for this weekend, Barry? Speaking for myself, I know I'm looking forward to clear skies. The past 2 weeks have been even rainier than usual for Seattle.
Well, Sue, residents of Seattle will be happy to hear that this rainy spell we've been having is finally coming to an end. Although we've seen occasional showers today, by tonight things should dry out and Friday morning should be clear and sunny. This fine weather should continue until the end of the weekend, with temperatures ranging from 55 to 75 degrees. So everyone can put away those umbrellas. Back to you, Sue.
Thank you, Barry. On behalf of the Thursday 6 o'clock news team, we wish you a pleasant evening.
Part 2.
Did you hear the weather report, Jenny? It looks like it'll be a clear weekend after all, so we won't have to cancel our trip to the lake.
That's almost unbelievable. I'm really looking forward to getting out of the city and camping under the stars. But we'd better get our stuff ready tonight, Paul, if we're planning to leave tomorrow right after work.
Yes, we'll need our tent, sleeping bags, camping stove, and a cooler for the drinks. What about food?
Let's stop at a store and pick up some groceries on the way out.
Sounds good. Well, we'd better get packing if we want to be ready to go by 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Science and Technology. Unit 6. Who invented that?
What's so funny? I can't concentrate on my work if you keep laughing loudly like that.
I'm sorry. It's just that I'm reading this article in Science Today magazine about some of the unusual things that people have invented. These inventions are incredible.
Okay, tell me about some of these inventions, and let's see if I think they're as funny as you do.
All right. The first one is a ladder for spiders, a thin, flexible rubber strip which attaches to the top edge of the bath.
Haha, I wonder how long it took someone to invent that.
Another inventor has designed a portable seat that you wear on a belt around your waist. In this picture, it looks like a big plastic cushion.
Well, that is very unusual, but who would want to walk around with a portable plastic seat hanging from their waist all the time?
Another unusual invention is this one. Look, it's a car plate that indicates whether the driver is a man or a woman by using different colors on either side. There's one color for males and one for females.
What's the point of that invention?
The inventor says that other road users will change the way they behave. They will become more polite if they know a woman is driving, so there will be fewer car accidents.
Huh, do you really think that will happen? That's completely unbelievable.
Unit 7. The White Noise Machine.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have all been waiting for. Here's the winner of this year's science contest, Charles Moore. Charles, tell everyone about your invention.
Thank you. For the science contest this year, I've invented a white noise machine. Let me explain what that is. Have you ever been kept awake at night because of the sound of traffic or people talking or loud music? These types of noise are sometimes called dark noise. Dark noise is made up of sounds that bother you so much that you can't concentrate on what you are doing. White noise is not exactly noise. In fact, white noise can't be heard at all. White noise is made up of invisible waves of sound that reduce the effects of dark noise by making sounds of the opposite frequency. It's like being in the ocean and seeing a large wave coming toward you. It might knock you down. But if you could send a wave, or many small waves, toward the big wave, it wouldn't be as powerful, because the small waves would hit it and reduce its size. My machine does this with sound. As a sound enters the microphone, the machine determines the sound's frequency. Then it makes a sound in the opposite frequency that cancels out the first sound. I hope my machine will give some peace and quiet to people living in noisy places. Thank you. Unit 8. Inches and Centimeters.
Hi, Julie. I'm trying to figure out the dimensions of this MP4 player I want to buy, but I'm having trouble converting these English measurements. You're really good at mathematics, aren't you? It says that the MP4 player is 3.6 inches tall and 2 inches wide, but what does that mean in centimeters?
Well, according to my math book, 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters, so to convert that, we need to multiply each English measurement by that number. Wait, I have a calculator in my pocket.
Great!
According to the calculator, that would make it 9.1 centimeters tall and, let's see, about 5 centimeters wide.
So, its height is about 9 centimeters and its width is about 5 centimeters. But what about its weight? The website says that it weighs 3.6 ounces.
We multiply 3.6 by 28.3, which is the equivalent in grams, and that converts to about 102 grams.
All right then. The MP4 player is about 9 centimeters tall and 5 centimeters wide and weighs about 102 grams. I thought it would have to have larger dimensions to be able to hold 5,000 songs, but it's small and light. Do you think I should buy it, Julie?
It sounds like a good product, but it depends on the price.
Well, now I have the same sort of problem again. Could you help me figure out how to convert Chinese currency to our currency?
Unit 9. Communicating Online. Computers have transformed the way people communicate. In some ways, this transformation is good, but in other ways, it could be harmful. Statistics show that millions of people use the internet every day. People shop online, play games, and search for information. Studies also show that people use the internet mainly for communication. The internet has made communication fast and convenient. Email can travel anywhere within seconds. Chat rooms include people from all over the world. People can even make internet telephone calls. However, this type of communication is very different from what people did in the past. People spend less time talking face to face. They might chat for days without being in the same room with a real person. They also might communicate with many people at the same time. Some researchers think this is unhealthy. One study on internet use found that people who used the internet a lot were lonely. Also, they did not communicate as much with members of their family. Many people have criticized this study. They say it did not include enough people and that loneliness is hard to measure. In my opinion, all types of communication are good. It is great to email someone and get a fast response. It is also nice to talk face to face. We can do both. The internet is a fantastic tool. We should use it wisely to benefit from it. Unit 10. Science for Girls.
Hi, my name is Sandy. Welcome to Physics, my favorite class. Although there are 30 students in our class, only 6 of us are girls. Most of my friends don't like science as much as I do. They are convinced that science and mathematics are boys' subjects. They say that boys learn about science and mathematics by playing with toys like building blocks, racing cars, and simple machines, while girls play with toys like dolls and tea sets. They say their parents didn't do science experiments with them or encourage them to learn math. Well, that wasn't the case with me. I played with dolls too, but my parents also built up my confidence in science and math. They used long plastic rods, which are like sticks, to help me learn addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. For my 8th birthday, they gave me a kids' chemistry set, which helped me do all sorts of cool experiments. Whenever we went to the park, my parents asked me different questions about the plants and animals that we saw. When we got home, we looked up the answers together. In school, my teachers were surprised. They were used to boys giving all the answers in science class. They were impressed with my science exam scores. I have lots of confidence in myself. I know that boys are not smarter than girls in science and math classes. I just wish I could convince my friends.
Art and Culture. Unit 11. On Stage.
Love, hate, death. These things are at the heart of Shakespeare's famous tragedy, Romeo and Juliet. The St. Stephen's High School Drama Club performed this play last weekend. Romeo and Juliet is the story of 2 families, the Capulets and the Montagues, who are bitter enemies. Tragedy follows when the son of one falls in love with the daughter of the other. The play is set in Verona, Italy, in the late 16th century. Alison Bourne played Juliet, Capulet's beautiful young daughter. She showed the mixed emotions Juliet felt after secretly marrying the son of her family's most hated enemy. At times, she was happy, and at times, she was afraid. David Taylor played Romeo, Montague's son. He put on a good performance despite having a head cold. His lines were said with great feeling in a clear voice. Eric Parker was the perfect Tybalt, dark and angry. Maggie Jones played the nurse. She acted the part of a gossipy old woman very well. She made everyone in the audience laugh at her jokes and her comic character. The whole cast showed enthusiasm in every scene. The actors knew the meaning of their lines. They used body language to show this meaning well. The stage lights were sometimes too bright or too dim, but the sword fights looked very real and the costumes were wonderful. Overall, St. Stephen's production of Romeo and Juliet was a great night of high school theater.
Unit 12. A famous portrait.
The Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings in the world. It was painted by the great Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci between the years 1503 and 1505. The portrait was done with oil paint on a simple piece of wood. The portrait shows a woman in front of a landscape with mountains. Many people believe that the model for the painting was the wife of an important man in the area. However, some people now think that Da Vinci actually drew a picture of himself. They say the face looks similar to his. Apparently, Da Vinci loved the painting so much that he carried it with him at all times until he sold it to the King of France. The portrait is famous for several reasons. The best-known reason is for Mona Lisa's unusual smile. It is difficult to say if she is being pleasant or looking arrogant. Another reason the painting is famous is that it was stolen from an art museum in 1911. Both France and Italy sent people to look for the lost painting. It was then found 2 years later in a hotel in France. It is currently on display at the Louvre Museum in Paris. People from all over the world go to the museum each year to see the Mona Lisa. In fact, the painting has so much appeal today that it has been copied many times.
Unit 13. Leonardo da Vinci. When most people hear the name Leonardo da Vinci, they think of art. But in fact, he was a man of many talents. He was a scientist, an inventor, and an artist. Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452 in Vinci, Italy. When he was 14, his father sent him to Florence to train under Andrea del Verrocchio, one of the best artists in the area. Leonardo became better than Verrocchio. By his early 20s, Leonardo was famous for his painting. He was especially good at painting colors and details. This made his paintings very lifelike. His most famous paintings are the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. Leonardo was also a great scientist. He was a good observer of life and nature. He would ask himself simple questions like, how do birds fly? Then he would try to find the answers. He was interested in everything. For example, he studied the inner workings of the human body. He would cut up dead bodies to examine their insides. Leonardo was also a talented inventor. He believed that by understanding how each part of a machine worked, the parts could be changed and combined in different ways to make new machines. Using his artistic talent, Leonardo drew pictures of many inventions. However, few of them were built and tested during his lifetime. For example, his parachute wasn't built until 1783. Also, his war tank wasn't used until World War I in 1917. Unit 14. Ludwig van Beethoven.
Ludwig van Beethoven was a musical genius. He composed hundreds of songs in his lifetime. The first 4 notes of his Fifth Symphony, bum 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 bum, are the most famous in the world. These notes are played on a trombone. Beethoven was the first composer to use trombones in a symphony. A symphony is a very complex and beautiful song. Beethoven wrote 9 symphonies in all. He said that he first composed symphonies in his head. He heard the part for every instrument in his mind before he wrote the first note on paper. Beethoven was born in 1770 in Bonn, Germany. His birthday was probably in December. Nobody is sure. He gave his first public performance at age 7. He wrote his first composition before he was 12. Sadly, at the age of 28, he started to go deaf. But he continued to compose music and to lead the orchestra. He never got married. After his death in 1827, friends found love letters that he had written to someone he called immortal beloved. To be immortal means to live forever. Beloved is a way of saying you love someone. His lover's name still remains a mystery. For these reasons, and because of his wonderful music, he is remembered as a remarkable man in history. Perhaps no other composer has had such a large effect on the history of Western music as Beethoven.
Unit 15. A nice gift.
We've been invited to Lisa and Tom's wedding in August, so we need to get them a present. Do you have any ideas about what to buy them?
I don't know. I'm not very good at buying gifts for people. What do you usually buy people for wedding gifts?
I'd like to buy something that they have especially asked for. Most couples who are getting married go to several department stores and make a list of what they would like, and the stores put the list into a computer system. Then you can go and print out the list and choose something that they would like.
Are Lisa and Tom registered somewhere?
Yes, they are registered at 2 department stores. I've already printed out their list from one store.
What have they asked for?
Well, they have asked for different things for their new house. They would like towels, linens, decorations for the house, small appliances for the kitchen, china, silverware, crystal glasses, garden tools, and a patio set.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. How should we decide what to get them?
They have listed a coffee maker as one of the things they want, so why don't we buy them a nice coffee maker?
Okay, how much is it?
It's $40.
Maybe we could get them some nice coffee cups and some coffee to go with it.
That's a great idea. I think that will make a lovely wedding present.
Leisure and entertainment. Unit 16. Collecting stamps. Hello, everyone. My name is Franklin. I'm the president of the Greenville Stamp Collecting Club. Many people ask me why stamp collecting is such a popular hobby. There are several reasons. First, stamp collecting is inexpensive. Most letters come with stamps on them. All you need to do is remove the stamp from the envelope. It's true that nowadays we may not get as many letters as we used to. In that case, you might want to buy your first set of stamps. Stamp dealers often sell a lot of stamps for only $3. Second, stamp collecting is educational. Stamps have pictures of everything from world leaders to endangered animals to various sports. It is interesting to learn about the people and things that are pictured on the stamps. It's much more exciting than reading a boring history book. Also, stamp collecting can help build friendships between people from around the world. Stamp collectors in India, for example, can build stamp trading friendships with people from Mexico. They can learn about each other's culture while they exchange stamps. Finally, collecting stamps is something that families can do together. Parents and children can spend time enjoying the same hobby and build a closer relationship, instead of sitting in front of the television each night. So there you have 4 good reasons why stamp collecting is the world's #1 hobby. I hope you have enjoyed my talk. There are refreshments in the lobby. Thank you. Unit 17. Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Come on, Tony, let's go to a movie tonight.
We went to a movie on Saturday, Mary, but we haven't gone bowling for a long time.
I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors to decide.
Rock, paper, scissors? It sounds like an interesting sort of game. How do you play it?
First, we each make a fist with our right hand, and then we shake our fists at the same time. 1, 2, 3. On the count of 3, you can keep your hand in a fist, that's rock. Or open your hand with the palm flat, that's paper. Or keep your fist but put out your first and middle fingers, that's scissors. The winner is the person who has the stronger item.
That sounds stupid because rocks are stronger than paper and scissors, so the rock will win every time.
That's true in real life, Tony, but that's not how it works in this game. Rock can break scissors, but rock can be covered by paper, and paper can be cut by scissors. So rock defeats scissors, paper beats rock, and scissors beats paper.
It's interesting that each item in the game can defeat one other thing and lose to one other thing. I wonder who invented this game.
I don't know, but it's played all over the world. There's even a rock, paper, scissors world championship that has been held every year in Europe since 1934.
Unit 18. Man's Best Friend.
Why are dogs often called man's best friend? Probably because dogs have many of the qualities we want in our human companions. They are loyal, friendly, never argue, and are always glad to see us. This is one reason why we have dogs and other pets. Sometimes we might even prefer the company of animals to that of fellow human beings. Pets provide us with many other benefits as well. Studies have shown that having a pet nearby lowers the blood pressure of elderly people and raises their spirits. One study in Britain showed that people with pets recovered more quickly from heart attacks than those who didn't have a pet. The study also found that pet owners suffered from fewer common ailments such as colds, headaches, and fevers than people who don't own pets. Pets help children to learn responsibility. By learning to take care of their pets, children learn how to take care of themselves and other people. Walking dogs each day gives children regular exercise. Pets can also help keep us safe. Dogs, for example, guard our homes and scare away burglars. Guide dogs help blind people see when they need to go outside. Cats catch mice and rats in our houses. Finally, pets teach us compassion. They give us a chance to show our love to other living creatures. If we can love our pets, it becomes easier to love each other. And that might be the most important benefit of all.
Unit 19. The Active Leisure Center. Bored with nothing to do? Come and check out the Active Leisure Center. We offer something for everyone. The center has a heated outdoor swimming pool with 5 different water slides for those who want some fun. There's also an indoor pool with lanes for more serious swimmers. Swimming lessons are available for all levels. The Active Leisure Center also has a fitness center for those who want to exercise. We have running machines, exercise bikes, weight machines, and free weights, and daily aerobics and jazz dance classes. Our fitness experts will be happy to provide you with a fitness program to suit your needs. The center has a sports hall where you can play indoor soccer, badminton, basketball, and various other sports. You can join community sports groups, sign up for tournaments, or just book the hall for you and your friends to use. With the school holidays coming soon, why not come and find out about our special holiday programs? We have programs for all ages, from kindergarten to high school students. And if you join now, you can even get a family discount. So come and take advantage of all that the Active Leisure Center has to offer. We're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekends. For more information, call 325-6188 or visit our website at www.activeleisure.com. Unit 20. The Audition.
Hi, Cindy. Are you ready for the big audition this afternoon?
I don't know, Greg. I've been practicing the script all week, but the princess has so many lines that I don't know if I can remember them all.
You don't have to remember all of them for the audition, just the lines for the main scene. where the pirate meets the princess and tries to kidnap her.
I know, but even in that scene, the princess has quite a few lines.
You've got to think positive and have some confidence in yourself. I think that you're going to get the part and that you'll be a fantastic princess.
Well, I'm glad that somebody has confidence in me. I think I'm just worried that I'll forget my lines. By the way, which part are you going to try out for?
I'm trying out for the part of the pirate, the one who tries to steal the princess away from the prince.
Oh yeah, the pirate and the prince get to have that cool sword fight in the final scene, and then the prince kills the pirate with his own sword.
Yeah, I remember reading that in the script. But at the audition today, we'll be practicing the scene where the pirate first sees the princess and falls in love with her.
Hey, I'll help you practice your scene if you'll help me practice mine.
You've got a deal. Let's start now.
School and Family. Unit 21. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide.
Hello there, Terry. How are you doing?
Not too well. I'm really having trouble figuring out this arithmetic assignment. I can add and subtract pretty well, but without a calculator, it's difficult for me to multiply and divide. Hey, Olaf, I heard that you're excellent in math.
My technique is that I try to imagine pictures in my mind so the numbers aren't just figures on a page, but something I can apply to real life. One way I do this is to imagine the numbers as if they were money. For example, if the equation is 753 minus 236, I think about $7.53 minus $2.36. It's $5.17 or 517. Easy!
Wow, that does seem easier for adding and subtracting. But how do you apply this technique to multiplying and dividing?
Okay, suppose the equation is 200 times 30. 30 is 3 groups of 10. So first, I imagine 10 groups of people standing in a large field. Next to each group is a sign with the number 200 on it. At the front of the field is a huge sign with the number 2000 on it because 200 times 10 equals 2000, right? But the problem requires 200 times 10 3 times, so I just add 2 more fields of people to my picture with 2 more signs that say 2000. Now I have 2000 times 3. The answer is 6000.
Unit 22. I Spy.
Dad, this is so boring, just sitting back here with nothing to do.
Playing a game is a fun way to pass time on a long car trip.
Okay, but what kind of game can we play when we're going 70 miles an hour in a car?
Well, when I was young, we used to play a game in the car called I Spy. One person decides on an object that he or she can see and tells us its color. Then the rest of us have to ask yes or no questions to try and find out what it is.
I'll go first, and I spy something that's...
Hey, I wanted to go first.
Billy, let your sister begin. Remember, it's considered good manners to let girls and younger children have their turn ahead of us.
Yeah, remember your manners, stupid.
Betsy, it's also good manners to treat each other with respect and not to call people names. I think you need to apologize to your brother.
I'm sorry, Billy. Let's start, okay? I spy something small and green. It's on the steering wheel and...
Stop, Betsy. Dad said that you're only supposed to tell us its color, not its size or location or anything else.
Oh no, I forgot.
That's okay, honey. Everybody makes mistakes. Remember the saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Okay, let me try again. I spy something...
Unit 23. American Families Today.
American families today are very different from what they were about 100 years ago. The main difference is that families are now much smaller. In the past, most families lived on farms. They needed children to help them work. Today, most families live in cities. parents do not expect their children to work for them. It is also becoming very expensive to raise and educate children. Many parents cannot afford to have a large family. Others think that there are already too many people in the world. If they have more than 2 children, it will increase the population. Also, the types of families are changing. Statistics show that there are more single parents than ever before. More and more unmarried couples are having children, and a growing number of couples are choosing to have no children at all. Traditional families, a married couple with children, live in less than 25% of all U.S. homes. One reason for this trend is the greater number of working women. In the past, women depended on their husbands for money. Now, many women have jobs. They don't have to be married to have money. Another reason is divorce. This is when a husband and wife decide not to be married anymore. Almost half of all U.S. marriages end in divorce. Many people decide not to get married at all. They prefer to be single and live without a husband or a wife.
Unit 24. Making Decisions.
How does your family make important decisions? Do children have any say in making these decisions, or do parents simply tell them what to do? There are several different methods for making family decisions. One method is to have a vote. Each family member writes his or her own choice on a piece of paper. With this method, each person gets equal say in the issue being decided. What if the vote is a tie? You should think of an idea to break a tie before you vote. A second method is to give older children special privileges. If you're moving into a new home, for instance, the oldest child might get first choice of bedrooms. A third method is to take turns making the decisions. Suppose a family goes on vacation together each year. One year, they might let their daughter decide where they should go. The next year, the choice goes to the son. A fourth method is to let the head of the household decide what is best. That is the way we do it in my family. The head of our household, my father, listens to all our opinions. Then he makes a decision. We agree to follow his decision even if we don't like it. Making family decisions is not always easy. The important thing is to choose a method that everyone agrees on. That could cause a problem, however. Which method should you use to decide which method to choose for making decisions?
Unit 25. My Favorite Teacher. The best teacher I've ever had was Mr. Lambert, my high school French teacher. He was short with dark hair, a thick beard, and a big smile. His legs were short too, so his arms always looked too long. He was a very good teacher because he always brought so much energy to the classroom. His classes were never boring because he was always active, trying to find new methods to communicate ideas. Because he taught French, English wasn't allowed in class, so he often had to demonstrate the meaning of new words through gestures and acting. Once he had to communicate the word above without saying it in English. First, he pulled a desk near the blackboard and then put a wastebasket between the desk and the blackboard. Next, he put his feet on the edge of the blackboard and his hands on the desk so that he was above the wastebasket. I've never forgotten that demonstration. It was difficult not to enjoy the subject when he was so excited about teaching it. The most important reason that Mr. Lambert is the best teacher I've ever had is that he loved all his students, even when we made him angry by speaking English in class. Whenever that happened, the students always felt guilty because they had so much respect for him. Now that I'm a teacher, I try my best to be like Mr. Lambert. He is my role model. People and Work. Unit 26. Meet Deborah.
Hi, my name is Deborah Garrell. I'm a 20-year-old communications major at New York University. I love being at university. I'm enjoying my courses, and I meet many new people every day. It seems like a new adventure, and I love adventures. I spent my childhood traveling all over the world and learning about different cultures. You see, my father works for the World Bank, so our family has always moved around a lot. I've lived in Mongolia, East Timor, Brazil, Nigeria, the Netherlands, and the United States. The hardest part of growing up was saying goodbye each time we had to move. But I would always remind myself that I would make new friends soon, and I always did. I've learned not to be shy. After leaving one place, I would always email or call my old friends. I would tell them about the new adventures I was having, and ask them about new things in their lives. That is probably the reason I chose to major in communications. I like to keep in touch. It's obvious that I love to travel, isn't it? But I also enjoy dancing, reading, going to the theater, and riding horses. If you share any of these interests and would like to learn more about me, please let me know. And if you have different interests, I'll remind you, I'm always looking for a new adventure.
Unit 27. What's in a name?
Sai, do you have a local driver's license that we can rent the car with for our trip this weekend?
Sure, Jen. Here you are.
It says here that your name is Sarang Patel, but I thought your first name was Sai.
Sai is my nickname, and Sarang is my given name. It means navigator in Hindi. At the time I was born, things were confusing and difficult for my family in India. My parents wanted a son who could lead and guide our family to success.
Well, I just hope you can lead and guide all of us to the beach this weekend.
Ha ha, very funny. So, your nickname is Jen, and your given name's Jennifer. Do you know how you got that name?
Actually, I was named after my father's grandmother, Guinevere.
Wasn't Guinevere the wife of King Arthur in that old story from England?
Yes, she was. And her name means pure.
It's interesting how people get their names. In India, we don't name children after their relatives like they do in America. To me, it's strange to see names like Jack Johnson Jr. and George Bush Sr.
Usually, it's a way to show respect for a person, but some people make it ridiculous. You've heard about George Foreman, the famous boxer, haven't you?
No.
Well, he had 5 boys, and he named each one of them George, after himself.
It must be confusing when the phone rings at his house. Unit 28. The right career.
People need to consider important factors when choosing a career. In my opinion, the most important factor is to choose a job that goes well with your personality. Are you an outgoing person who loves meeting new people and talking to them? Perhaps you should become a tour guide or a teacher. Are you shy? Maybe you should be an accountant or a scientist. Remember, you will do your job almost every day. If you have to change your personality when you work, you probably won't be very happy. And neither will the people you work with. Nobody wants an unfriendly tour guide or an impatient teacher. Are you a moody person? In most jobs, you will be expected to control your emotions. That's hard to do if your mood changes often. In that case, you might want to work alone. Perhaps you could be a writer or an artist. There are other factors to consider, such as salary and status. However, what good is a large salary or high status if you don't like your job? You should consider your personality, find out what you are very good at doing, and then find the right career to go with all this. Too many people choose a career because it pays well. Too often, they find they don't like their jobs. But by then, they feel like they're in a trap, and they can't escape. Finding a good career is important. Think about it and choose carefully.
Unit 29. Body language.
Did you know that words are not the only thing we use to communicate? Most of our messages are sent through body language. Only about 10% of communication is done through the actual words of a conversation. Isn't that strange? If we understand body language well, we can learn a lot more about what other people really think. We can also use body language to send the right message to others. Have you ever felt dislike for someone without knowing why? Well, he or she might have been sending out a negative message through body language. What kind of things should you look for if you want to understand body language? First, look at people's eyes. If people are lying, they may not look directly at the person they are talking to, and the pupils of their eyes may shrink. Next, look at people's arms. Arms crossed in front of the body might mean a person is unfriendly or afraid. He or she might be trying to say, "Stay away." If the arms are by the side or at the back of the body, the person might be saying, "Come closer. I won't hurt you." But keep in mind that there is no accurate way to interpret body language all the time. Sometimes, talking is still the best way to communicate. However, knowing about body language will improve the way you communicate and help you understand other people better.
Unit 30. Veterinarians. If you like animals and science, you might want to be a veterinarian. Veterinarians are animal doctors. They take care of sick and injured animals. Like doctors, vets perform surgery and give medicine. When an animal is sick, vets examine it to find out why. They look for clues in the way an animal looks and acts. For example, if a dog is walking in a strange way, it might have injured its leg. Vets need to observe animals carefully since animals cannot speak to tell anyone what is wrong. Vets prevent health problems in animals by giving vaccinations and checkups and fixing teeth. They also teach owners how to feed and train their animals. Vets use special tools to perform surgery. They fix broken bones, take out tumors, take x-rays, and treat wounds. Most vets treat small pets, including dogs and cats. A few vets focus on large animals such as sheep, cows, and horses. Large animal vets usually drive to ranches and stables where their patients live. Often they help when the animals give birth. Vets who work with large animals often work outside in all kinds of weather. A few vets work in zoos and aquariums. They care for zebras, sharks, and other wild creatures. Because animals can get sick at any time, vets often work long hours. Many vets like their work because they can be with animals every day, even though sick animals can sometimes bite or kick their vets. Sports and Health. Unit 31. I feel awful.
Mom, I feel awful. I think I'd better stay home from school today.
I'm sorry you're not feeling well. What's the problem?
I have a stomach ache, my head hurts, and I have a sore throat.
Well, we'd better take your temperature and make sure you don't have a fever. Keep this thermometer under your tongue for a minute or two. Remind me to call your teacher and tell her you're sick later on today. All right, let's check. Oh dear, you've got a fever. Your temperature is 103, so I think we need to give Dr. Thompson a call.
I don't understand how my head can be so hot when my body feels so cold.
That's called the chills, and they often come along with fever. You've certainly got a fever.
But what about my stomach ache and my sore throat?
Well, that's another reason we need to go see Dr. Thompson, because when you have a stomach ache, fever, chills, and a sore throat, it usually means that you have something more serious than a common cold. I think you've probably got the flu.
I hope it's not too serious, because we've got a basketball game Thursday, and the coach told me that I'll probably start.
If you want to recover from the flu in time for your game, you'd better get plenty of rest, take the medicine the doctor gives you, and drink plenty of water.
I promise I will, Mom. But let's go and see Dr. Thompson now.
Unit 32. Why do we sneeze?
A sneeze is a very interesting thing. We use many different muscles when we sneeze. These include stomach muscles, throat muscles, and eye muscles. Remember, Our eyes always close during a sneeze. A sneeze begins when something gets inside your nose, like a tiny particle of dust. Your nose sends a message to your brain. Your brain sends messages to the muscles, getting them to work together in the correct order. When you sneeze, the dust that was in your nose flies out as fast as 100 miles an hour. Usually, something like dust or cold air makes us sneeze, but some people sneeze whenever they look at the sun. Some people think that your heart stops when you sneeze. Actually, it really doesn't, but sometimes it might feel like it does. After someone sneezes, people often say, "Bless you," or "God bless you." To bless someone means to wish them good and special things. Why do people say this? Long ago, people believed that this saying kept bad things from flying down your throat. Another story is that people thought this saying would help keep the person who sneezed from getting a very serious disease called the plague. At that time, the plague was killing thousands of people. It was thought that saying "God bless you" would protect people from getting this awful disease. Today, the saying is simply a nice way to wish someone well.
Unit 33, Skiing and Snowboarding.
My name is Michael Bryce, and I love to ski and snowboard. I am 16 years old, and I have been skiing since I was 5 and snowboarding since I was 8. Both my parents like skiing, and my older brother likes snowboarding. In my opinion, snowboarding is more fun and exciting than skiing. When I ski, it feels really easy to control where I go and how I move. The ski poles make it very simple to change my direction. There are no poles in snowboarding, however, so when you snowboard, you have to understand the snow very well to make sure you don't fall. The feeling I get while I'm snowboarding is more exciting than when I'm skiing because I like having less control. I enjoy the challenge. I never know what's going to happen. This makes it more exciting. Some people think that the reduced amount of control in snowboarding makes the sport more dangerous. But in my opinion, snowboarding is actually safer than skiing because when you ski, you are standing on 2 skis. If you fall while on skis, it is very easy to break your bones by getting your skis stuck in the snow. On a snowboard, your legs stay together even when you fall. While I still love to ski, I like snowboarding much better. It is more fun and exciting, and maybe even safer than skiing.
Unit 34, A Nice Cup of Tea. Could I offer you a cup of tea?
Yes, thank you very much. What kind do you have?
I have Earl Grey, English breakfast, Irish breakfast, and Darjeeling.
Those are all black teas. Do you have any green tea?
I'm sorry, I don't really like green tea.
How could you not like green tea? It's so much easier to drink than black tea.
I just don't think green tea tastes as good as black tea. Green tea has a simple flavor, but black tea has many kinds of flavors.
Well, I don't taste many flavors when I drink black tea. It just tastes bitter to me.
Then you should drink more black tea, because after drinking it for a while, you begin to appreciate its flavor.
Whatever its flavor, black tea can't be nearly as healthy as green tea. I read about a study last week that showed people who drink green tea are less likely to get serious diseases like cancer or heart disease.
Well, history tells us that in the past, good black tea has been considered more valuable than gold. Wars have been started over it.
Really? Which wars?
The American Revolution.
The American Revolution had nothing to do with tea.
One of the things that started the Revolutionary War was an incident where a group of Americans dumped a British shipment of tea into the ocean in Boston. This was called the Boston Tea Party, and it had nothing to do with green tea. Unit 35, The Injury.
I've just returned from the doctor's office, and he told me that because of my injury, I will have to miss the next 2 weeks of basketball. I'm really disappointed. Last night, I hurt my ankle during a very exciting game against West High School. It was 5 minutes before the end of the game. The score was 60-60. I had the ball, and I heard my coach shouting at me to shoot. So I started to jump, but suddenly I found myself lying flat on my back on the court. A West High player had accidentally knocked me down. I tried to stand up, but my ankle hurt so much that I was unable to walk. 2 of my teammates had to help me leave the court. My ankle started to swell up, so the team doctor brought me a bag of ice to put on it. The ice was cold, but it felt good on my ankle. When the swelling on my ankle reduced a little, my coach asked the doctor if he thought I would be able to play anymore. But the doctor replied that I would have to sit out the rest of the game and come to see him the next day. Not only did I receive an injury, but we also lost the game by a score of 68-66. What a disappointing night.
Travel and transport. Unit 36. Moving. Hey, Sheena. I haven't seen you for ages. What's new? Where are you going with all those suitcases?
Hi, Mark. It's been a while since the last time we ran into each other. I'm bringing these suitcases home to pack because my family is preparing to move across the bay to Port Anderson.
Really? How are you going to transport all your furniture?
I'm not sure. I considered hiring a moving van, but someone told me it might be more convenient to rent a huge container and ship everything across. The details are a bit complicated because we've got so many boxes.
Well, when my sister and brother-in-law moved to Dallas last year, they sent all their furniture and heavy items by cargo flight. They hauled it there on a massive cargo plane, then rented a truck and picked it up at the airport after they arrived.
That's interesting, but the problem is that we have so much junk, we might need 2 cargo planes.
Well, however you get it there, it sounds like you'll need help once you get it to the other side. I've got a friend there who owns a self-serve truck company. He can rent you a truck at a discount rate. Which day are you moving?
Next Saturday.
I'm free that day, so I'll help you out. I've still got my small truck, so I can haul some stuff for you too.
Thanks, Mark. That would be great.
Unit 37. Wear your seatbelt.
Some people think that the government should require passengers by law to wear seatbelts in cars and taxis. They say that seatbelts save lives and money. Statistics show that 60% of people killed in car accidents were not wearing seatbelts. Statistics also show that most people who wear seatbelts survive. In the past 30 years, seatbelts have saved almost $600 billion in medical costs. The average car accident costs $820 for each person in the United States. Some states require people to wear seatbelts. In those states, about 80% of the passengers follow the law. However, other people think it's wrong to require seatbelt use by law. They say that passengers should decide for themselves. Many of these people agree that seatbelts save lives, but they don't think the government has the right to force people to wear them. They point out that smoking cigarettes is also unhealthy, but the government lets adults smoke if they want to. Leaders cannot force people to do what's good, they argue. It's better to educate people so they will want to wear seatbelts. Those who want seatbelt laws say that the right to public safety is more important than the individual's right to free choice. But their opponents say people must be careful to protect their individual rights. They should decide how to live their lives, not the government. What is your opinion on this?
Unit 38. Going on vacation.
Hey, Carl. I'm surprised to see you here. Jeremy told me that you were on vacation.
Hi, Shelley. We were visiting some relatives in Sydney, but we returned last night.
Oh, I've wanted to go to Australia ever since I was little. Tell me what it was like.
It was fantastic. We fed kangaroos, walked through rainforests, and swam in the ocean. What was really great was when we took a train to Brisbane to see the Great Barrier Reef.
I've heard that flights to Australia are pretty expensive.
My dad knows someone who works for Qantas Airlines, so we were able to get a good deal. The tickets were only $800 per person for a round trip.
Wow, that is a good deal. When we went on vacation to Bangkok last year, it cost $1,000 for a round-trip ticket, and Thailand's closer than Australia.
What did you like best about Thailand?
Well, the food was delicious, and riding elephants was exciting, but I'd have to say that the beach was the best part. The only unpleasant part of the trip was after we got home, when we found out that the airline had lost some of our luggage. My father's suitcase and my sister's backpack were missing.
So the airline lost 2 pieces of luggage? How long did it take you to get them back?
3 days. But the good news is that when they finally found them, they delivered them right to our front door.
Unit 39. Traveling by airplane.
Airplane travelers can choose between 3 kinds of tickets: first class, business class, and economy class. Most people buy economy class tickets. They are cheaper, so travelers can go to more places more often. Business class is more expensive, with good seats and good service. First class is very expensive, but offers very comfortable seats and excellent service. In economy class, the seats are small and close together. There is not much leg room. In first class, the seats are huge and wider apart. There is lots of room for passengers to stretch their legs. Economy class passengers usually must all watch the same movie. First class passengers have their own TVs, and each person can watch different movies. Economy class passengers eat cheaper food. First class passengers are served delicious fresh food. It is difficult to sleep in economy class because of the small seats and all the noise. In first class, the large seats can be pushed back to make a comfortable bed. There is a curtain between sections, so it is nice and quiet. Economy class is a good choice for short flights within the same country. Business class or first class is a good choice for business travelers taking an international flight across an ocean. These people often have to get off the plane and go right to work. For them, it is important to arrive fresh, rested, and ready for a full, exciting day.
Unit 40. A family cruise.
Family Cruise Line is offering a new, exciting cruise that the whole family can enjoy. We have a special deal for families all year round on our Family Caribbean Cruise. This special one-week cruise leaves from Miami, Florida, and stops at 6 fantastic Caribbean islands. There is so much for the entire family to see and do. On board, we have a variety of great food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We also have lots of interesting and fun activities. There are music and dance shows every evening. We have a movie theater and a KTV bar. For kids, we have shows each day with their favorite TV friends like Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Elmo. Playing with television characters isn't the only activity children will enjoy. They can play volleyball, swim in one of our 3 huge pools, or take dancing and art classes. There's so much variety, the kids can try a new activity each day. Mom and Dad can join them or rest in lounge chairs on our wide ship deck. On shore, you can shop, swim, and enjoy fresh food while you learn all about island life. With 4 to 7 hours on shore each day, you'll have plenty of time to explore each island. Does this sound exciting? It is! So, when it's time to plan your next vacation, remember Family Cruise Line. It will be a trip your